And I have a full house today. I have first what you can see right here, and you have Hooded Justice,
How's everybody doing?
Eric,
Wolfpack in the house.
Ian,
Hi.
Alex,
Hey, y'all, welcome to the Bat Channel.
and also off screen, you can't see him, but we have Tristan,
Hello, everyone.
Liana,
Hello, I don't have my camera on because I'm wearing a Marvel shirt for a Batman show.
Boo,
Gary.
Raymond. We have
Hello.
Raymond. Yep. My friend Dan
What's up?
and Ingrid.
Hello.
And we were hoping to get Bianca on, but no word from her just yet. She is so late today, and that's unlike her. Apparently she just said she's trying to get in.
Uh-oh.
Just as soon as we hit
We've
record.
hit ceiling.
Apparently we've reached our full maximum, and Restream says 10 guests. They don't say 10 guests plus the host.
Well, I will give it up so she can come in here because I've never done one of these before, and she's done so many, so she needs to be here rather than me.
All right. Well, thanks, Raymond.
Appreciate
That
Hey,
was not
sacrifice.
right.
Put it.
That's cool, Robert.
It's such a full house. I am confused.
That's
Enjoy
cool,
yourself.
but congratulations on 75 episodes and keep it up. It's awesome, man. I will talk to everybody later.
Wait,
Yep.
Hooded.
Well,
I
What?
have a question.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a 4-year anniversary next week. Would you be willing to come on for a little bit? I don't know how long or have anything set up, but I wanted to extend it, see if you would be willing.
I'm not only willing, I'm Robert Willing.
Okay.
No, he's Robert Willing.
I used to know a girl named Megan Abel.
Oh my god.
Yes, and yes, the jokes were made.
That's so funny. But yeah, I would definitely be honored to be there.
Okay, I'll shoot you an email.
All right. I'll talk to everybody later.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye, Hooded.
Yeah, bye, everybody.
Yep. Bye. Well,
There's Hooded's kid. No, wait, Robert. You should grab a cane, and then you can be Cain and Abel.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's...
Yep, I just told Bianca to try again.
Okay, there we go.
Let's see if she'll be able to make it in this time.
She should be good now.
Yep.
Hello, everyone in the chat.
Yep.
Hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
but a big bulk of this is coming from your channel, of course.
Well,
got
I
it.
just wanted to make sure I said hello. This is Robert's show. He's done this 75 freaking episodes, so he's
Yep.
got the reins.
Yep. Just like you've had 75 of your streaming.
Yeah, that's weird, right? I just hit that this
Yeah.
last week. The Morning
Yeah.
Brew. I hit 75 in 4 years all in a row. Woo!
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. But yeah, today we've got 3 books we have, and apparently Dan's having connection issues. Let's give him a moment. But yeah, we have 3 of them we're going to be going over. All of them are either unmade episodes, such as this one, the Batman or the lost episode of Batman 66 series, and also the recent follow-ups to the original movies, Batman 89 and Superman 78. But for this special occasion, and because it's the shortest of the books, we're going to have a read-through of the lost episode.
Does it look like to anybody else that he is looking like Two-Face is looking Rico Suave and just pointing straight down at his dick?
Feels just so damn impressive.
Not to me, but
Flip a coin.
I went
Let's see where it goes, baby.
I went to Invisible Book, but I'm good with Dick. Jason, Robin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest edition of D-Generation X is Two-Face.
But the only question is, do you think
You
the
know,
carpet
it's
matches
only,
the drapes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
No, okay.
weird.
I don't want to know.
Okay,
I don't want to know.
I'm sorry, I'm looking in the chats right now. Who is this one person, this Janet person saying this stuff?
Who?
Someone saying Two-Face is a racist character.
I'm guessing it's coming from my chat, and I apologize ahead of time for any trolls.
Hey, that's
Because
fine.
you know how it is.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Let me check. Yep, there's the person right there. But yeah, we'll just ignore them. But yeah, so we have playing as Batman, Eric.
Hello, old chums.
I'm playing as the Boy Wonder, Alex.
Holy live streams, Batman, and I am ready to go.
Yep. And playing
That was
the.
so good.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that
Actually,
was
yeah,
so
you sound like Burt Ward. He's excited.
No, I'm channeling my inner Burt Ward.
And also as the main villain, Two-Face, Raymond.
Flip a coin, Batman.
Oh, nice. So yeah, we'll be going in this big read-through, and so let's get started, shall we? I'll give you a moment trying to get to it. Here we go. First of all, let's look at this cover, just this Alex Ross cover.
beautiful.
Oh, that is very
Phenomenal,
awesome.
isn't it?
Oh.
Alex Ross does tremendous paintings.
Yeah.
He does. He most certainly does.
He's like one of my favorite artists. He's one of my favorite artists.
Yep. So, the famous Northby Auction House in the heart of uptown Gotham, where the city's elite have gathered to meet for a most unusual experience. Dan, this is you.
Dan, are you out
I
there?
can't read it. There. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for attending tonight's invitation-only extravaganza. I promise you it will be well worth your time and money.
Money.
Tristan, this is you.
Oh, wait,
I thought it
sorry.
was Bianca.
Bianca's
Yeah.
not here, so Tristan's doing it.
All right, that works. Well, I sincerely hope so. I don't leave my, oh my God. what
Palatial.
is that? Palatial estate for just any old thing, you know.
Trust me, madam, you will not be disappointed.
Hold on, and I think Bianca has... Yep. There's Bianca.
Yay! She made it!
Yay.
Yep, hold on.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't find the link Robert gave me.
Oh. So, well, don't worry. Tristan's taking over your role.
Thank you, Tristan.
No problem. I get to be put on the spot and not be able to read words. Awesome!
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
You dropped the line already.
Yep. Dan, still you.
The frame isn't moved. Okay. Please step forward. I invite you to examine them all in there, and the people's
Oh, yeah, the
faces
camera.
are covering the
There we
lines.
go. Everything went off. Everything went off.
Ah,
There we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. There you go again.
no, what we offer tonight is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a chance to own one of the rarest collections on Earth.
What collection? And quit stalling. My time and money are valuable.
In which case, behold!
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Forgive the melodrama, my friends. I can't read the speech bubble because there's stuff in the way.
There is?
Yeah,
some of the boxes.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Oh.
Hang on a second.
Forgive the melodrama.
Hang on. I have a backup. I got this. Just give me a minute.
I should have prepared everyone more for this.
They should have gone to rehearsal. This is like a bad reading.
Remind you all, I suggested rehearsing.
If you have a second screen, I did put the link in the chat. This is a private.
I can see the screen.
Train wreck.
Oops.
Do you see it now?
I'm the one that did. Hang on. Yes, okay. Forgive the melodrama, my friends, but this collection is really must get. Forgive the melodrama, my friends. But this collection really must be presented in the light under which it was meant to be seen. Now, with no further ado, I present to you an almost complete set of the legendary Chang Dynasty blue porcelain glazes.
Ooh.
Wowza.
I still can't read the bottom lines. Hang on a minute.
No, I don't see the bottom lines either. We're all in the line.
Wait, you don't? Oh, it's because
Yeah,
everyone's
I can't
blocked
get
off.
my head.
My head.
Hold on.
Wait,
Huge
wait.
noggins.
I could. Want me to read
15
this one?
bowls and urns. Oh, I just
ahead.
looked it up. 15 bowls and urns, their collective worth over $2 million. These incredible hues of these pieces have never been matched, for the secret of firing them has been lost to antiquity. Please, step forward. I invite you to examine them in all of their glory.
Tristan, that's one to you.
See, Bianca. I knocked it on the spot.
Yep.
Oh my! I must get a closer look.
Me too, as must I.
Opportunities like this don't come along very often. This isn't.
No.
What? What's it say?
Possible.
No. This isn't. She's screeching because she's seeing something horrible.
Oh yeah, but it's blacked.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Possible.
Yeah.
It is impossible. It is impossible.
It's impossible.
Wait, Bianca's here. Why isn't she doing the lines?
Like his face, it's melting.
That's not true. That's impossible.
But you know it to be true.
Okay, is there another way I can
I got it on
everyone-
my phone now.
Yep.
the link
Ian's
in the
given
chat.
Ian's given a link to everyone who wants to read it.
Oh, okay, so it's not even good.
Hold on 1 second while I try to find this.
No,
page
Rick.
we're on.
And since we don't know what you're saying, I can do this. His face, it's melting.
He's melting.
Right, Raymond, this one's you.
Okay, I can only read part of that. Hold on, I'm trying to find the link that Ian put up.
It's in the private chat.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
You've been trying to find the
Trying
page.
to find the page.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the page. He left me on page
And
six.
I picked this because it was the shortest, but I didn't think about how the window was going to look.
We're on page 4.
And new pages keep popping up. Oh, there we go.
Dang it, Ian.
Okay, is this
Oh,
better?
that's
Is
more
this
That
better?
works. That
Hang on.
works.
Yeah. That,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we can't see the art. But we can't see the artwork, though. That's the unfortunate
You
thing.
can see it just fine.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, we can read it.
It's fine.
But I can read it. That's great.
Just might see.
There we go.
Zoom up
Okay,
on
there we
my
go.
mug,
Back in the side.
but
the same.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Anyways. Curse it all. I must have stood too close to the candles for too long. Time then, I suppose, to abandon this clumsy disguise and stand revealed in all my double-dealing glory. If this melting mask frightened you, madam, I promise you'll be twice as terrified by the gruesome visage of Two-Face.
Now let's take a look at it. Let's look at José Luis Garcia-Lopez's artwork with inks by Joe Prado. Isn't this incredible
Beautiful.
looking?
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like
really
you said,
nice.
Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez. What's not to like?
Yep, the two-way crimes of Two-Face.
Deuce, Twain, might as well reveal yourselves, boys.
Whatever you say, sir. Yeah, you got it, boss.
And you, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you stand quite still as my associates and I take our leave. After all, you wouldn't want to make my double-barreled buddy here angry, now, would you?
No, not at all.
Splendid! Then, with that, we'll just say, toodaloo.
That was so good.
Bravo, Raymond, bravo.
Much appreciated.
I want your autograph.
Now, this... Oh. Now, I think, yeah, this is supposed to be...
Oh, this is me.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it, Chief O'Hara.
Eric, you could do O'Hara because you do the best impersonation.
Oh, I, Commissioner, once again, dealing with that double-crossing Duke of Duplicity. I love the alliteration on the show, by the way. Two-Face.
If there was ever any time when Gotham truly needed a caped crusader,
Aye, and the boy wonder.
it's now. Let us pray they're available. Batman, thank heaven you're home. We're facing... yes, that's right, Two-Face. Yes, that's right, the Northby Auction House. Excellent. We'll meet you there.
Minutes later, back at the auction house.
I still don't understand.
I still don't understand how you could have gotten here before. Oh wait, who's talking?
No. Gordon. This is Gordon.
Lied.
I still don't understand how you could have gotten here before us, Batman.
Merely a bit of pre-planning and preparation, Commissioner.
And knowing the traffic light schedule.
Is but to the critical matter at hand. Perchance have any of you your estimable men accidentally touched any piece of evidence here?
Not a one, Masked Manhunter. Things are precisely as we found.
Woof, woof.
What in the heavens' name?
Of course, it's the only solution that makes any sense.
Yoked St. Bernard's pulling a little red wagon? Frankly, Batman, I don't understand.
You gave a small bark for a big dog.
Unacceptable.
I was like, no.
What?
No, go ahead.
Who's a good... What?
I just said go ahead.
Okay, all right. Who's a good boy? Yes, who's a good... Holy paper scroll, Batman! There's a no!
Precisely as I expected, Robin. Kindly hand it here. Hey.
Gosh, Batman, what does it say?
Hey, it says, Robin, I hope this will fix your little red wagon. And it's signed, in sincerely yours, Two-Face.
Gee, I don't get it, Batman.
Dan, back to you again. Dan?
Did we lose someone?
Dan, is he still there?
Dan.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Oh, I think we lost him.
No.
Oh, no. Well, I certainly do. Take a look inside of the wagon.
Holy antique dishware, Batman.
The chain porcelain, except the collection is complete. Two-Face has restored the lost missing piece.
Hey.
But what does it mean, Batman?
It means his cursed scarred coin landed good side up when he flipped it, Commissioner. This time.
And soon after, in the dark and mysterious Batcave, deep within the rarely seen side cavern that contains the cave's legendary Hall of Trophies.
It sure is a shame what happened to Harvey Dent, isn't it, Batman?
It certainly is, Spywonder. Harvey was a crusading young district attorney when it happened, one of the most honest men in Gotham.
Oh.
He was prosecuting mob boss Lucky Maroney at the time. I was there in court as a witness to Maroney's many crimes. And suddenly...
Just seen Batman right there in the courtroom.
Yeah. Suddenly, Marone's malevolent mind snapped, and he attempted to eliminate Dent with a bottle of acid. As I leapt between them as quickly as I could. But tragically, I was not quick enough. And some of the merciless acid splashed the left side of Harvey's handsome face, scarring it hideously. The talented surgeons at Gotham Hospital did what they could for our poor Harvey, of course. But it wasn't nearly good enough. When he left the hospital, he discovered people could no longer bear to look at them. They turned away in horror and revulsion whenever he passed. Yes, finally, Harvey's already fragile mind snapped. If a monster was what they saw, then a monster he would be. And thus was born that double-dealing denizen of darkness, Two-Face.
And welcome back, Dan. You missed your other line.
Great.
Two-Face scarred one side of Maroney's lucky two-headed coin to match his own scarred face, and now he plans all his crimes on the toss of the coin. If the coin lands scarred side up, he keeps what he steals. If it lands on its good side, he returns the loot with interest.
Which explains why he returned the porcelain. Was it porcelain?
Porcelain.
Precisely. Precisely, old chum. The only problem is this. Next time, the coin may land scarred side up.
Okay, I want Paul to say this. How the hell did he have the missing piece?
Good question.
That's a little weird. How do you just magically have something that rare?
Because
It was been missing for thousands of years, and yet he happens to have the missing piece. What?
A reminder: this is Silver Age comic book era, so
Yeah, but it's like,
It's
what?
like, why does everybody have the kryptonite?
That's true. DC.
Don't think too much about it.
Yeah, I should have specified that. DC Silver Age, Marvel Silver Age. Stan, Jack, and Steve made a lot more sense.
Right. For the next 2 weeks, the Cape Crusader and Two-Face played a dangerous game of cat and mouse across the city as Two-Face robbed the local baseball stadium during a doubleheader. Then 2 days later, flipped his coin in front of the box office at the 2nd Street Movie Theater and remarkably returns the stadium's loot to a baffled young cashier. The dynamic duo, meanwhile, spend their time scurrying the city for the split-faced scoundrel, sometimes finding no sign of him at all, and sometimes missing him by as little as minutes.
Gee, Batman, Two-Face outwitted us again.
Until finally, back in the Batcave.
God, Batman, it's been 2 weeks now, and Two-Face is still at large.
I know, old chum. Really, it's time we try different tactics to stop him. If we input everything we know about Two-Face into the back computer, then hold on, the private chat's light. There we go. And then apply the Heisenberg. The Heisenberg principle of intermediacy. The von Neumann's games of theory. They stop popping up, private chat. And regular table of statistical probabilities. Next page. Robert.
Sorry. Also, Alex, I think that might be it might be on your end, by the way.
No,
the noise is.
Batman, you went quiet.
Go ahead.
Oh, we should be able to deduce Harvey's next likely targets. Ding!
Batman.
Never underestimate the power of modern technology. I wonder. I almost said that like Gary Owens. You missed, Dynamut. Talk about BBF.
Yeah. So, what did we get?
Two equally likely scenarios, Robin, which means we'll have to divide our forces to hopefully conquer. You'll help Gotham's finest protect the Flying Toomey twins' aerial act from possible kidnapping.
Got it, Batman.
And I, meanwhile, shall keep a close eye on the other possibility.
Be careful out there.
I'll call you if I need you, old chum.
What's this? The Cape Crusader split apart by that split-faced fiend? Stay tuned to see what happens next. 2 hours later. What?
I was doing the wireless.
2 hours later, during the 2-day motorcycle finals at the sprawling Gotham Motorsway racetrack, where a 200,000 purse and a collection of classic two-wheel vehicles served as bait for the Duke of Duplicity. By bait which it seems has already been taken.
Quickly, boys. Gotham's so-called finest can't be far behind. I've kept this vehicle hidden here for such a quick getaway. Strap in and hang on.
Hey, it's got double sidecars.
I'm Two-Face. Why does that surprise you?
Us, it's Batman. Let's roll.
Rolling, prepare to hold on to your teeth.
Boss, you're crazy. We're going to crash.
Not crazy, merely shrewd. Trust me, boys. Is that still me?
Yep.
All right. We are about to go where no Batmobile can possibly follow. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh my, we're suddenly flying solo!
You're steering your sails from here on, boys.
And just like that, we are God!
Can't allow Two-Face and company to simply slip away. Activating and launching infrared bat tracer. Come on! Now! Bullseye. They're gone. But with my bad tracer leaving the special chair to follow me, they will not get far.
Moments later, at the opposite side of the trailers,
Two-Face and his cronies may think they've eluded me. Hey, but the Batmobile's wide-spectrum and omni-beam illuminate make the otherwise invisible trail left behind by the Bat Tracer I attached to Harvey's motorcycle. Which should make it rather easy to track Two-Face to his lair.
Minutes later...
Holy missing persons! When I realized that too many twins were in no danger, I rushed her to the other location, hoping to help, but either Batman or Two-Face never got here, or they're already gone. I better use my infrared bat Omni beam to see Omni-beam to see if it left any sort of clues for me to holy photo
phosphorescent
roadmap. Hang on, partner. Whatever you're... Robin is on his way to help.
Meanwhile, halfway across town, at the long decommissioned Gotham Lunar Observatory,
sorry.
Brilliantly done, sir. No, oh yeah, that's you then, Raymond. The next one, no need.
Oh, is that me? Okay.
Yeah.
No need to try to butter me up, Twain. Two minds are always better than one. And I'm nothing if not two minds.
So, what do we do now, boss?
Now you get to spend the next 20 years or so behind heavy iron bars, regretting your lives of crime.
The Cape Crusader! But how did he find us?
Who knows? Who cares?
Yes, just wait.
That's me.
You.
Just bring the big bad back down, boys, before he ruins everything.
On it, boss! Consider it done, sir!
Never count your crime fighters before they're catched, gentlemen. It's an often painful lesson to learn. This is why I love Adam.
Yep.
A lesson you long since should have learned yourself.
Harvey.
How many times do I have to tell you that Harvey Dent is gone, Batman? Oh well, I suppose considering my shotgun will be the last.
What do you intend to do?
I'm going to let my coin decide your fate as always. Heads you live, tails.
Alright.
Well, I'll give you two guesses.
Over and over, the grotesque coin cartwheels through the air, all eyes upon it, until at last it strikes the floor, and remarkably rolls straight across it, to come to at last to an awkward stop, standing on its very edge.
No! It's a trick! It has to be!
Hey, no, not a trick, Harvey. Merely fate. The coin obviously wants us to choose our own destiny.
In that case, Caped Crusader, I happily choose your death!
Yeah, and I choose to remain in the sunlight. Which I'm afraid reflects badly on you.
My eyes can't see!
Hey, merely a little carefully aimed sunlight bouncing off my highly reflective bat buckle, guaranteed to make you miss. There's while the highly polarized bat lenses in my mask allow me to see you quite clearly. And you do make such an inviting target.
Hang on, Batman! I'm here to help!
Whoa!
Robin, be careful. The floor is strewn with shotgun pellets.
Now you help me!
Wamperton, just remember your ballet training, old chum. Everything I taught you about maintaining your balance in an awkward situation, and you'll be
boom!
Free! Let's take advantage of the boys' blunders, incompetence, gentlemen, and make good our escape while we can.
This isn't over, Harvey.
I should hope not, Cape Crusader, but I promise you, the next time we meet will be your last.
Then the following morning in the posh dining room of stately Wayne Manor.
I'm so sorry, Bruce.
There's no need, Dick. You did the best you could.
Liana, your role's coming up right now.
Good morning, Bruce, Dick, and how are my two favorite young men this fine morning? Oh, my! You two look simply awful.
Merely a mild flu, Aunt Harriet. It will pass.
Nonsense, Bruce. What you boys need is a few heaping tablespoons of my special elixir.
I love this holy whatever.
Holy whatever. No, Harriet, all we need is...
Blur.
Now, don't you feel better?
Much better, Aunt Harriet.
See, I told you. Just let the elixir settle for a while, and you should be back to normal by lunch.
Ever considered adding Aunt Harriet to the dynamic duo's rogue gallery, Bruce?
Certainly not, Dick. Though, if we can survive your curatives, we can certainly survive anything those foul fiends can throw at us.
That was such a great scene.
I bet that elixir is expired.
By the way, rewinding to earlier about ballet, I would not be surprised if they learned that. As Jean-Claude Van Damme himself said, you survive ballet, you can survive anything. Ballet is gruesome.
Well, that was actually something that Return of the Cape Crusaders did show Robin in a ballet dress. Later, as a full moon rises over proud Wayne Manor.
I know Two-Face can be saved, Dick. In fact, I'm certain of it. The fact that he still does good deeds, holding on to that last vestige of decency, he knew as Harvey Dent proves it. It's up to us to catch him before he can kill someone, and thus put himself too far outside the law for any hope of redemption. To the Battles.
God, Bruce, I see you're right, as always.
Then quickly, old chum, to the Batmobile. The Bat computer spent all afternoon narrowing down Two-Face's next likely target, but we still don't.
Good evening. Oh, no, I think that's you, Raymond.
Oh, where am I at?
Good evening, Cape Incompetent.
Oh, okay, there it is. Good evening, Cape Incompetence.
I guess
it's you, Alex.
Okay. Two-Face on the Bat Radio?
Who else? What do you want, Harvey?
Just wanted you to know that my next caper will make royal idiots out of both of you. Unless, of course, you think you can stop us.
Royal idiots?
An obvious clue, Boy Wonder. It's no coincidence that the twin princesses of Yakapur are wearing their twin jewel tiaras. I gotta laugh at the company of those folks, I'm sorry. They'll be arriving at Gotham at 2 a.m. at Dock 2. Harvey is challenging us. And we have no choice but to answer.
Gotham Yards, Pier 2, exactly 2 a.m. on the moonlit night.
Here they come, Robin. Right on schedule.
Holy fish hooks, Batman. Look, grapnels.
Yeah.
Clearly, Two-Face and his fellow fiends have already begun their fiendish work.
Our precious crowns! Who would dare?
Who else but the perfidious purveyor of delicious duplicity? Yours very rarely, truly, Two-Faced!
What? No, don't!
Your pleas are
appropriately
appreciated, dear princesses. But I'm afraid I've no time at this moment to consider them. Criminal things to do, you know. Gentlemen, let us away.
That's you, Alex.
Gosh, Batman, Two-Face and his goose escaping in the high-speed catamaran.
That two-hulled catamaran you may know, Robin, but it matters not a lot, long as we can pursue them without being detected, chum. If we can discover Harvey's new hideout, perhaps I can employ that certain something I whipped up while we were in the Batcave.
I'm still not certain it will work, Batman.
And the only way to find out for certain is to try it, boy one. Look, the catamaran is vanishing under that shoreline overhang. And it didn't come down the other side. I guess down, Robin, we may just have found what we've been looking for.
Alex.
Holy camouflage, Batman! There's not a sign of the boat.
And yet, logic dictates it has to be somewhere, old chum. Here somewhere. Hey, keep the Batcopter out of sight. Until I call you, Robin. I'm going in for a closer look. Crash! Good grief, there's something hidden inside the island. I wonder, keep the Batcopter out of sight until I summon you. Gil, I'm going to see what I can see. Astonishing, old chum. There's an underground lake concealed in this island, and more than that. Well, you're just going to have to see this one for yourself.
Well done, me half-hearted hearties. We're halfway to the ultimate goal.
Which is what, boss?
What it has always been, Deuce. My doubtful dupe.
Which is what, sir?
The complete and utter destruction of the Caped Crusader and his adolescent crony, of course. No two ways about it.
Waiting in ambush for me, Harvey? A typical Two-Faced double-cross.
Enough double talk, boys. Time to split them interlopers from the stem to stern.
You better you're better with a pistol than a cutlass, villain.
And
you're not very good with either. This doesn't have to end in This doesn't have to end in more violence, fellows. There's still time for you to surrender. Or not, I suppose. Your choice. Harvey, please. You know this always ends the same way, with you back behind bars.
Maybe so, cursed Crusader. But it isn't over yet!
Oh.
You do a lap, Raymond?
Oh.
Let me go back. What's this? A masked manhunter outwitted at last by the Duke of Duplicity? Stick around to find out what happens next, Bat fans.
Bat fan? I'm not a Bat fan. I'm getting out of here. I'm just kidding.
It looks like Dan can't keep his connection going.
Who did Dan play in the...
Oh, he already did it. He was the guy at the beginning.
Oh.
Moments later, as Batman pries open his eyes...
Whoa, what happened? Where am I?
Quick thing. Hey, Alex, did you try muting your end just so we can see if the noise is from your end?
Yeah. I'm having trouble doing that with this phone.
It's your phone, right?
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
It disappears every now and then.
Whatever you just did worked.
Yeah, for a moment you had it. You had it just right for a moment.
Oh, I don't know. I just touched the thing.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no, stop. Don't do anything. Wait.
No. Okay, we might have to mute you. I say mute yourself until you're ready to talk and then remute yourself.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's one of those TV antennas.
Don't let me bring up anything. Like,
I can mute you if you want at the moment, and then because Robert doesn't show up until near the end.
Okay.
All right.
Finally, my ears. Ugh, I didn't want to say
That's
anything.
kind of what I was thinking.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Is this my line?
Yep, your line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yours.
Just think of it as sitting in the guest of honor chair, Master Meddler, though it may not be for long.
Harvey, what are you? Great Scott!
Behold, the double-edged sword of Damocles, gaining your life by a thread. In just 2 seconds, I shall sever that thread and put an end to your insufferable interference, twice and for all.
Don't you mean once and for all? Oh, I get the joke.
Okay, now, on the count of, well, you know, 1.
Harvey, you are a tremendous disappointment to me. Hey.
What and how?
Aren't you sworn to make all the major decisions of your life based on the toss of the coin? And yet, here you are, about to dispose of your greatest foe, and there's no coin in sight.
Yes, of course, Batman. You're quite correct. Okay, here's the new deal. Coin comes up heads, I drop the sword and you die quickly. Tails, I'll have you keel-hauled under the ship, which is much slower, much more painful way to perish.
And if it lands on its edge again, you surrender. Agreed?
Impossible. Do you realize the odds of... Fine. Agreed.
Ding! The grotesque coin tumbles over, end over end, through the air, at last striking, and then rolling across the wooden deck until...
No! It's not possible! You cheated somehow. You must have. There's no way the coin lands on edge twice. You'll pay for your treachery, Batman, with your miserable... How could you escape?
Quite simple, really. I merely employed my bat picks to loosen my shackles while you were distracted by the spinning coin. Bat picks.
Bam! Die!
Time to finally put an end to this, don't you think?
Yes, time to end it. With your dismemberment.
Honestly?
What do you mean?
I thought you and I had a deal. Like, if your coin came on the edge, you were supposed to surrender, remember?
But you...
Or don't you abide by the dictates of your own precious coin anymore?
But I surrender.
Cling, cling!
Don't worry, Harvey. This really is all for the best. If there's any sort of cure for you, I promise someday we'll find it.
And the following morning at stately Wayne Manor... Hold on, let me bring out unmute Alex.
Hey, you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry I got lost in those underwater catacombs, Bruce.
No harm done, Dick. Well, I would advise using the bat sonar next time.
I must, if I might inquire, sir, how did you manage to accomplish that standing on edge trick with the coin a second time?
Sheer simplicity, Alfred. Alfred, I prepared a duplicate coin in advance last night. Its inner edge weighted, so it had no choice but to land on the edge when tossed. I simply slipped it into Harvey's pocket while we were struggling. And in the end, he didn't have a chance.
Gosh, Bruce, you never cease.
Hey, just a matter of preparation, John.
And Master Denser, what will happen to Two-Face now?
I guess that all depends on his doctors. Alfred, the doctors, and fate. Hey, when you're dealing with a maniac like Two-Face, who knows which way the coin will fall? The end.
So, what did you all think?
That was so good.
It was good.
Don't you wish it actually was ever made into an episode?
Yeah. The art is so phenomenal.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, the art's really good.
José Luis Garcia-Lopez, and I've met Joe Prado, and he actually said he just happened to meet Lopez at a convention. They talked a little about it, and next thing you know, Lopez like, I want you to ink it for me, and he's like, okay, I will.
Also, the voices you guys did, I'm so impressed. I'm not even joking. Like, that Robin and Adam West voice in freaking Two-Face, freaking round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Tristan, if you like that, I could do any cartoon character or celebrity you want.
That's so accurate. It just made it so much better. I love it.
Kara, let me just say, I love Adam's acting whenever he's in video games or cartoons. It's amazing.
So yeah, we can, and now we'll get properly into my normal readings for as we go over. Well, which ones do you guys want me to do next? Superman 78 or Batman 89?
Should we
I
flip a
want to
coin
do
for
Superman
it?
78.
Okay, let's ask the chat. I'm gonna ask the chat. One for Superman 78 and two for Batman 89.
Hold on,
And I'm gonna.
I gotta turn on
Here's
the
a
lights.
little
Hold on.
warning here, guys. Batman 78 is phenomenal.
You mean
but
Superman 78?
Or Superman. The Batman. I don't know. Like, I took a little issue with that just because I was like, this feels like Batman 89 in 2022, and it didn't make a whole lot of sense.
True, but you also have to take into account. Oh, and look what Eric has.
I love it.
Superman's backwards.
Wait,
Superman.
hold the anthem backwards. There we go.
Yep, and look what Ian's showing off.
Showing off the goods.
Yep.
That's right.
Are we nerd flashing right now?
Yep.
Now I'm just a fan of movies. I'm just a fan of movies.
Show us
check-
your.
Show us the
check out these
goods.
shelves back here. Look at all these books. Look at all these
I feel
DVDs.
like I should be throwing
charms on
beads
my
or something
purse.
right now.
Dude.
Oh, geez, and hey, Raymond, what did you think about it? The
that was-
66.
Oh, that was a hell of a lot of fun. My voice just hurts, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Raul was a loser. Ended up being
Okay,
a
so
Now, Raymond, just one thing I've been wanting to say. I watched like the Dirty Harry movies like a couple months ago. You are dead on Clint Eastwood as Two-Face. Two-Face. You got to ask yourself one question.
that was the rumor. That was the rumor. People said of who they wanted to play Two-Face. That was the rumor.
I think by that point he was still shooting down.
I think I was doing that unconsciously too. I had actually watched the Fistful of Dollars trilogy not too long ago, so.
Oh yeah, I love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That was a great movie.
All right. Hey, Alex, is it right if I mute you again, and then I'll unmute you after I go through everything?
Okay.
All right.
Another thing, did I see somewhere that it was kind of leaked that they're getting another mini?
Oh yeah, that's not
Continuing
leaked at
the
all.
story?
It's not
Okay.
leaked at all. Actually, that was at the end in his author credits for at the end
That's
of the
what it was.
hardcover. It said he's worked on the next volume already.
Cool.
That's
Wait, are we doing
awesome.
more than one? Are we doing more than one
Okay, no.
comic?
I'm going over it the next two the way I traditionally do.
Ah. Oh, I see.
No more reading.
So
No
you
more
wanna
reading.
want me to get rid of my own lines, and then I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Bianca.
Hey, Bianca,
I'm sorry,
you
I
were
was the one
late.
that
You
was
were
late.
late. We had to get
Yeah, I mean,
started.
yeah, of course. I just needed water essentials from CVS.
All right. Well, anyway, I mean, further, look at this artwork. Look at this cover
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I always wanted to do this. It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Christopher Reeve. Yay! One of my favorite episodes of the Muppet Show, and Chris just lets the Muppets make fun of him as Superman the whole way through. It's amazing. Especially Miss Piggy. She's like, "Tell me, how did you get a job as Superman?"
Waha! But yeah, oh yeah, a nice tribute to
that's
Richard Donner,
wonderful.
who had passed away right before the book started.
Rest in peace,
Who's
Mr.
that?
Lethal Weapon.
That's Richard Donner, the director of Superman. The main aim of our interpretation is to uphold and enhance a great American myth. The key to the whole concept of the film is verisimilitude. We've treated it as truth.
Oh, so I guess I have to watch Superman 78 now.
Wait, you've never seen it?
You've never seen it, Bianca?
I'm a new Superman fan, okay? Everything was always Batman in my life.
Well, now I know what our bad ideas will have to be about next week. Just
I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched that through either.
Yep. Hey, trust me, a good Superman movie or cartoon is well worth your time.
Should I get my creepy Superman pogo stick for this?
Yes.
If you want to show it off.
You have.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a jar of Superman peanut butter while you're at it?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Before we do that, hold on. Before we do that, let me rearrange so we be able. Yep, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on a sec.
But is it practical?
You mean
there we go.
There
it is.
Have you ever used it?
For what?
Just attempted to use it as a pogo stick. Just for
Are
the
you
hell of it.
talking like a pogo stick or OnlyFans?
I mean, either or.
Today,
now I
the
have
role
to
of
ask,
Robin will be played by Superman.
I gotta ask, have you done that for OnlyFans or something?
Just for research purposes.
I know interest in the voice.
Stop the pain. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, but sounded. This is actually from '78.
Oh,
it was like shitty movie merchandise. So when you actually pogo it sounds like. I don't know if you can.
That's
like,
not shitty at all.
noise.
That's glorious.
It's horrible, but yeah.
But anyway, back to the books.
I love it.
I see Jarrell there. I am holding back my Marlon Brando impression. I had just watched. On the Waterfront the other day, and I got to when he said that. Of course, I could have been a contender, and I forgot how great that scene was.
Right, but I can say what I like here is that now here's the thing: this would have made a great Superman sequel, except for one problem. We find out that Jor-El and Lara are transported, meaning they would have had more with Jor-El, and we know there's no way in hell they would have shot more with Marlon Brando.
They must have the money.
Yeah, but it turns out the place where he was born, the place that sent off, was Kandor.
God dang, I thought you were going to say Cancer. I'm like, that's a weird name.
No, Kandor. And so Brainiac had picked him up, like the Kryptonians sealed their planet's fate. The era of careless, dangerous civilization comes to a close. Lois, fancy bumping into you on the way to the office. Morning, Clark. A little late. You know how Perry wants us at our desk by 8:30 sharp. You sure there's time for food? They say breakfast is the most important meal. 2, please. I'm not sure they mean hot dogs. You know, Clark, you worry about Perry too much. Have some confidence in yourself. You're a pretty good reporter. A lot better than when you first joined the Daily Planet. You really think so, Lois? My purse! What? I mean, sure, Clark. Yeah. Somebody stop that man. And $2. Come on. I thought I had my wallet. Yeah! Fire! Much better. Ahem. Clark, I left my wallet at home. Do you mind? We're going to be late. Oh, sure thing, Lois. Keep the change. Lois? Yeah, Clark? Do you think Perry thinks I'm a good reporter? I need more from you, Kent. Lane is carrying too much weight around here. A dog show? Why do you keep bringing me fluff? Gosh, Mr. White. We can't always print doom and gloom. People do like happy news. Sure, it's safer to photograph. Olsen, go take a picture of something. Okay, Chief, okay. See you later, Mr. Kent. So long, Jimmy. Look, Kent, I've been in this business a long time. I know what it takes. You know how to write, and you spell better than the dictionary. But that only gets you so far. You have to dig in, tackle the serious stories. That's how you get to be a household name like Lois Lane. I don't know, Mr. White. Lois really has a nose for news, and some of the risks she takes are awfully dangerous. Haven't you been listening? That's called being a reporter. Get out there and find your angle. The great stories don't just fall from the sky. Boom! What in God's name? I think something just fell from the sky. And, we get robotic Brainiac.
Dun, 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 dun.
Assessing planetary stability, peak evolutionary species, human. Hold it right there. Physiology, fragile. Technology suggests low-level intelligence. Schuster Station. Sending data to mothership. Threat assessment, minor. Seriously, the artwork is so amazing here, isn't it?
That
Yeah,
looks like a
the-
shot
the-
right out of the movie.
Yeah,
The
it's
inks
really
are great.
good.
Yeah, the
It
inks are
captures
great.
that feel of the movie, the really bright, just classic composition. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah. But yeah, so basically, typical stuff is going. But the fact we open up right away with the action, I mean, wow, right?
And
Wait,
Diddy
Rob,
knows how
somebody
to
in
write, I tell ya.
What?
Somebody in the comments says you would be great as J. Jonah Jameson. We need another Spider-Man comic. I'll tell
Yeah,
you
we
who
got
he
we
is.
gotta do
I'll tell you who he
Spider-Man
is.
someday.
He's a thief, a menace.
A thief, a criminal, a thief.
Hold on. Hey, Alex, I realized you kept you on block. What have you been thinking about it so far?
It's good. It's interesting to see where it goes next. Especially with
Yeah.
with the Brainiac.
Yep, but we'll talk more with Lex too. But
homunculus, hominis. I see you're a Rolling Stones fan.
Yep. But yeah, see them trying like human caused threat of global cataclysm. It's limited at present time. Low level intelligence confirmed. Looks to me like you're the one with the thick skull. Bless you, Superman. Where'd that thing come from? I'm not sure, officer, but I'll get to the bottom of it just as soon as I make sure everyone's all right. Does anyone need immediate medical attention? Ah! Non-species, a non-Earth species encountered. Now analyzing appearance, human capabilities, non-human. Confused? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Superman. Possible Kryptonian classification testing. Boom!
Ah, jeez.
Specimen has not expired. Yellow sun radiation has resulted in augmented physical capabilities. Conclusion: Kryptonian classification confirmed. Nice to meet you. Sending data to mothership. Alerting Brainiac. What's a Brainiac?
Well, the definition according to Oxford is no. Never mind.
But yeah, there is Brainiac wanting to collect the rogue Kryptonian. And there's talks that they were going to base him off of David Bowie. If this would have been like this was their fantasy casting when the artist drew him.
I'm trying to imagine David Bowie bolder than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh geez, a bunch more of that. So what do you What do y'all think of that
Look
first
how
issue?
old it is. It's got Fear State ads.
Yep.
Scarecrow was cool though.
So what do you all think of the first issue?
I like it so far. It's pretty good. It definitely captures.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It captures the essence of the original movies.
Yep. Let's see. Alexander Joseph Luthor, isn't it? Lex Luthor. I'm certain you've heard the name. Above genius level intellect. The greatest criminal mind of our time. That's nice. The reference from your parole officer says you need employment. I think we can find a nice place for you at Cord Industry. Do you have any cafeteria experience? Womp!
Not something Luthor, especially Gene Hackman Luthor, would like to hear.
The brightest criminal flame of our age, surrounded by soggy simpletons. Here, driver. 2 trains and a bus ride from uptown. Blasted cheap wiring. Don't blow a fuse, Luthor. I'm here to brighten your day. Man, I believe this is what's called breaking and entering. Show yourself out before I call the police. Go right ahead. I told the parole board everyone deserves a chance to turn over a new leaf, even a career criminal like you. They said only if I agree to keep tabs on you. You expect thanks? Look around my prison cell. Look around. My prison cell had better interior design and central air conditioning. This isn't a new lease on life. It's a new life sentence. And it isn't too late for you to do good in this world. If that's so, you might not believe it about yourself, Luthor, but I do. I'm giving you a chance to prove yourself. Will you help me? Me? Help you? Lex Luthor, the keenest criminal genius of our generation. Lex Luthor, the sharpest criminal intellect. Its last word was Brainiac. Give me that. It put up a heck of a fight. Yes, I read the planet. The robot said something about sending an alert. What if there are more of them? You're clearly out of your depth, Superman. It isn't your fault. You were born with all your muscles below your neck.
By the way, Blazing Dragons likes my idea of Stone Cold David Bowie. Going, I gotta go this, and I'm gonna go back to the planet of Ziggy Stardust, and I'm gonna open up a can and whip ass at every alien, and that's the bottom line, because Rabble said so.
But yeah, but again, Vendetti really gets these characters, doesn't he?
He does
Oh,
indeed.
absolutely.
Oh, it's
Yep,
fantastic.
I'm just starting to trust you, Lucer. Don't make me regret it. I give you my word of honor. That's what I'm afraid of. Well, and look, he has a secret room already. In fact, including a Bizarro clone.
Oh no,
BZ1. Like, we'll just see about that. Sorry, I'm a little late, Lois. You ready for our lunch date? The rain is let up. Have a seat, Clark. This is our lunch date. Gosh, Lois, I thought we could go out to the town diner. My treat. Forget about work a little. Clark, yesterday a robot from outer space crashed down and gave Superman a run for his money. Your Cobb salad can wait. Have some of my fries. Oh, thanks. Somebody else is probably already looking into that robot thing. You sure you can't take a break? Like who? The police? What are they going to do? And they're going to do? Write out a parking ticket? The public has a right to know what it is and why it came here. I'm going to be the one to tell them. I'm serious, Clark. I have a feeling about this one. This could be the story of the century. Aren't they all? Again, this is the Margot Kidder, Lois, at her best.
I like Margot Kidder, Lois. She was great.
Yeah.
And again, the chat is a weird mix of my Stone Cold idea. There was Stone Cold Jane Austen last week, apparently.
Oh, that joke!
That was something.
That was me.
That was a thumbnail typo that I made on my channel that spiraled rapidly out of control. Complete with fan art.
Also, judging by everything, we got the Keanu Reeves Admiration Society going on. I
love Keanu.
Hey, so do I. I got that. My mom loves the Matrix trilogy. They're pretty cool. And I got the Bill and Ted movies right up there. Iron Maiden, excellent.
What are you're talking about? There was just one Matrix movie.
I liked Reloaded. It was fun.
Yep. But yeah, so
but nothing's going to beat that first one. That first one was amazing.
Right. But yeah, so Superman heads on out there as Brainiac has arrived.
Dun dun dun.
Inhabitants of Earth, the fragile balance of your planet's ecosystem is endangered. An invasive species of enormous destructive potential is hidden among you. Its physical appearance enables it to blend with your kind. It is not your kind. It is Kryptonian. I am Brainiac, preserver and cataloger of all life. I have come to save you. Now, this is an interesting take on Brainiac. He feels like Superman's throwing off the balance of Earth, so he wants to take him away.
Yeah, I don't know. Would this be done in the special effects of 1978? That wouldn't be the style then.
I don't think so.
Not 78, but remember the sequels kept going into the 80s, so maybe maybe after Return of the Jedi, because there was a special effects bonanza, like there was Return to Oz, Starfighter, and Tron, and in this case,
I think they would have done they probably would have created one or two, and then use blue screen to make it look like there's more of them.
Yeah,
and they also probably wouldn't make them look like this either.
No, that's what I'm saying, that this isn't really an 80s aesthetic.
No, it's not. But
it's a bit modern.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. It
reminds you of Injustice too, because it's the exact same storyline.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yes, but I'm trying to think of. I mean, they are going for a bit of a Micronauts, Battlestar Galactica look in the profile, so I guess they're trying to get it in there.
Brainiac himself, his look would have been perfect.
Yeah, with the right makeup and shade of green. And I look at the robots, all I see are Terminators with brain craniums on top of them.
Yeah.
Like,
you got a funny way of saving people, Brainiac. So show yourself, and you possess them. So you show yourself, and you possess the misguided self-assertiveness that was emblematic of your species. I do not expect your unevolved mind, to comprehend the equilibrium of galaxies. Wow, he talks like Lex, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
The dialogue's great.
Yep. Lane, where are you going? You'll have to do better than that, Brainiac. Obstinate. And basically, a whole bunch of the robots show up, and he keeps on taunting everyone, talking about how short-sighted Superman is and the cellophane-ness!
Cue the Family Guy joke.
Yeah, the cellophane. This is my... and this is my home, Brainiac. You are the threat here. But yeah, he keeps on doing it until eventually he realizes he will wipe out the planet if it means to take him out. So what does Superman decide to do? Don't punish them because of me. I surrender.
Surrender?
Yeah, he chooses to surrender, and because it basically feels like there's no other option I have left. So yeah, Superman, no! Brainiac accepts your surrender, Kryptonian. Not in our town, Jack! Oh, just like at the end, just like during the fight with Superman 2 and Superman 2.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, because during that point, everyone felt like, let's get him! Yeah, I know some jitsu! Hey, town, a colloquialism, I assume, since the name of your metropolis is Metropolis. All the same, while it may be yours, it is not the place for a rogue Kryptonian. All of us come from someplace else. Superman couldn't be more Metropolis. Perhaps your species is already tainted. Excision may be required after all. Stop! Don't hurt them, Brainiac. This is my city. From the first day, all of you welcome me as one of you. I can't tell you how much of that kindness has meant to me. But maybe Brainiac is right. Maybe I don't belong here. Let me do one last kindness for you in return. Let me go so you can be safe.
Per Johnson says in the chat, is that Richard Pryor in the middle?
That might be.
Oh, that's cool.
I've listened to one of his albums. His stand-up is hilarious.
Goodbye, Lois.
Oh,
Goodbye.
he was in Superman 3?
3. Yeah.
Right.
This does not override Superman 3. This is set between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Got it.
Just hold it right there. Mr. Brainiac, Professor Brainiac. I'm not sure what to call you. I'm Lex Luthor, the savviest criminal cerebrum of our species. Also Superman's arch nemesis. I humbly congratulate you on your victory. Luthor, what are you? Superman, it's been a real adventure. Wha-boom! You may take him away, Brainiac. Brains over brute strength every time. Got to partake in a cigar, Miss Lane? Cuban, only the best. Your loss. So yeah, he's been brought in about with them, and yeah, the Earth is leaving, and then oh yeah, you'll need a what? Oh look, yeah, Hawkmen, the Sanagarians.
Yeah, the Thanagarians. Cool.
Now could they?
Oh, that is some neat composition. I would almost want to say that as a pose reference.
Okay, I started something with the whole wrestling thing. Now Liana says Liana says now she's thinking of Dustin Rhodes as Goldust. Well, let's see if you can be a Superman, and the name's Goldust. Sorry, I used to watch his tag team with Booker T. They were freaking hilarious.
Yep, but yeah, Superman then gets shrunk down and put back into the bottle. The error has at last been resolved. And is it truly him? Jor-El, is he our Kal-El? Yes, Laura. Our son is home. And yeah, of course, Lois writes up the story, but it's clearly breaking her doing it.
Oh, I hate seeing sad Lois.
Yeah. And Superman puts his outfit on and he wears the Kal-El family crest. Which this was the first one that It is. And notice his hair now is more combed over, so he doesn't have that curl.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's more combed over like everyone else.
Great. Now I know I started something. They want me to do Macho Man. Higher education got you down? Snap it to a slim jam.
Oh my God. Okay.
Do the rock, Eric.
I'll do the rock in a second. Unjustifiably in a position the Macho Man rather not be in, but I am the cream of the crop, and I'll always rise to the top. Yeah, Elizabeth, come on over here. Oh, do the rock. Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, The Rock, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle. The Rock says that's all of you can take the WWF title, shut it up real nice, turn that to a piece of gold, slice it, stick it up your Rudy Poo. Get it. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I knew having you on for a stream, Eric, you would steal the show like this.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Okay.
Maniacs. You can't
Okay,
have a
can I
Superman.
continue, Eric? We'll be here all
Yes,
night.
I'm just gonna keep feeding him characters if you don't. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Crack the whip, Robert. We're
I
gonna
know.
bring in the bug people.
Oh God, the bug people!
Not
In
the
Hulk
bug
Hogan.
people.
In Hulk Hogan's defense, he upped that they always said Bobby the Brain Heenan with the many members of the Heenan family. He was the Luthor to Hulk Hogan's Superman back in the WWF in the 80s. So it don't make sense.
So many of the
Right,
80s
right.
characters you could not do today.
Oh, like Kamala.
George the Animal Steel.
Right.
No way.
Anyway, as continuing on, he talks with his mother Laura and explains everything about the Kents, how they helped raise him and all that, and how she's just so glad to have him, back with them. And yeah, we find out they explain about what
Man,
happened.
Those crystals from the Fortress of Solitude probably
Oh,
took
geez.
forever to draw.
Oh, probably did.
I always liked the crystal look. It kind of gave this kind of diamond-esque aesthetic.
Yeah,
like
it's so iconic, but
It
that page
is.
probably took forever to draw.
Probably.
Yeah.
every little line.
Mhm.
But basically we find out that they've been frozen in time. So that's why none of them have aged since they've been taken. That's why they don't look any older.
Oh, I want that technology.
Aww.
Yep. Oh, look, a zoo within a zoo. The irony overflows. A zoo within a zoo. Yeah, that is crazy.
Wait, reminds me of a line from Phineas and Ferb. You're a zookeeper? No, that sort of legitimizes it. You're a poacher. Yes, I am a poacher.
But like I said, let's be honest. This was, forget the special effects. No way in hell would they have been able to get Brando back.
Yeah.
He took up most of the budget. Him and Hackman took up most of the budget of the first movie alone.
Well, they were the biggest stars in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Yeah, that's one of those classic cases where your creative ambitions far exceed your ability to actually execute on them. The bane of the existence of every artist ever.
But yeah, basically we find out that Jor-El has been reaching a scientific slump because he felt like there's nothing else for him to do, nothing for him to help everyone out. He felt stalled, and yes, with Cal back, he's starting to feel better again, but he still feels at the same time like he disappointed him. And meanwhile, we see then Lois gets a message saying, "Come alone." She's knocked out, and it turns out it's from Lex. "Time to go to work, Miss Lane. You expect someone else? Pay attention. You'll love this. Don't you come one step closer. Save the theatrics. Brainiac's about to learn that I am the most devious criminal intelligence of the universe. When the time comes, you can print that. Lex, baby, is going to bring back Superman."
Ironic.
That page was fantastic.
It is, and
again, so much detail to draw, and the coloring was spot on with that kind of
the details in
green
these drawings
70s. Yeah.
Yep. And again, just this idea of on the planet Kolu, basically Brainiac had gone for a while. When he came back, he lost everything, his entire world. He's the last survivor, and that's why he's been doing what he's been doing ever since. Also, it turns out his own body here is also robotic, just giving him a more normal face.
The normal face attaching is creepy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now that's something they would not be able to do back even in the 80s.
No, that's Robin Williams' Bicentennial Man. That's what that is.
I don't know that. I mean, $6 Million Man.
True.
Maybe.
They almost
wouldn't look as good as this, though. Wouldn't look as good as this.
No, it wouldn't look this good. But didn't the fembots in James Bond, their faces come off at about that era too?
When did those robots come out? Okay, let's see. The James Bond movies in the 80s at that point were, let's see, post Star Wars would be Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, The View to a Kill, like Living Daylights, and License to Kill.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So maybe I do not know.
Yeah. Basically, Superman is. What was that?
That's a lot of Bond movies.
Yeah.
Well, it was the end of Roger Moore and into the two Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton
Yeah,
should have
they-
been in more movies. Man.
They
Well,
they
I'm
did
used to
have
every
face
4
removal
years, so
effects.
it's like, wow, they did a lot.
They did. Yeah, I mean, there was one each year back in the 60s and 70s when you look at it, or one every 2 years from Connery, Lazenby in the middle, then Moore, and then Moore lasted the longest, of course, until Daniel Craig
Right.
came along.
But
And then
even Craig did not. He only lasted because there were so many years in between movies. As
That's
far
right.
as actual movie number, Moore still holds the record.
Of course, on the plus side, Remington Steele. I mean, Pierce Brosnan gave us one of the most famous video games that is now finally getting re-released in HD. Hey, Alex, you have tweeted about that.
I mean, didn't they do the effects with the Mission Impossible?
Hey,
series
Alex,
back
you can go.
in
You can
day?
talk now, Alex. You can talk now, Alex.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm free.
Sorry, I completely forgot. I keep on muting you because of your the fan or the whatever.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get adjusted myself, but yeah, no. Yeah, but yeah, no. I'm definitely excited for GoldenEye coming back out.
Yep. By the way, what have you been thinking so far?
I think it's good. I think it's a good, proper, more like serious take on After Superman 2 instead of what we got with Superman 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Superman.
Somebody's mentioning a legal issue after the second Dalton movie. Yeah, Rob and I talked about that crazy lawsuit that James Bond just went all over the place, somehow connected back to Disney's Darkwing Duck, and then they made the cartoon James Bond Jr., and then they finally got it all figured out, and they made GoldenEye.
Yep. But anyway, continuing on, we're seeing as he's introducing Kal-El to the rest of the Kryptonian Science Council so he can take Jor-El's place. And yeah, he's then out. He's meeting up like housing has some matter of and become a matter of urgency. Kal-El, how do you intend to maximize our limited geographic space? You've a big rub to fill, young man. The Science Council looks forward to his opinions on the theory of dynamic exterior time versus static interior time. Have you thought about a union? The House of Hell and the House of Joe would make a fine match. Like, here's to me. And he ends up slipping some of it. Give it time, my son. It's the one thing we have an eternity of. I stick out like a sore thumb. I don't even know how drinking glasses work around here. This isn't me, Father. Maybe if I was born in Candor before Brainiac bottled it, but I'm from Smallville. Wheat fields and football, not official dinners and politics. I have to get back to where I fit in, to the planet and people who need me. We can all go there. Earth is a good home. There has to be a way. It is difficult. It's difficult to accept. Life as you experienced it before is ended. This is your life now. If there existed a way to outwit our captor and escape, I would have discovered it. Luther, what is this all about? This, Miss Lane, is it's brains over brute strength. Brainiac thinks he can waltz onto Earth and defeat Superman for good. When Superman is finally defeated, and the victory will belong to me, not some extraterrestrial interloper. Me, Lex Luthor, the most frightening criminal terror of our era. I know. Enough with the self-styled nicknames, Ellie. I got that part. I meant, tell me, what does this machine do? Everyone, we've never seen Lois and Lex interact together.
We didn't throughout all 4 movies.
Oh, yeah.
We
that's
never,
a really
and
good
this
point.
is perfect. Especially what you said, enough for the self-styled nicknames, Ollie.
Again, pencils on this page, stunning.
Very stunning.
Holy shit.
is
Sorry,
amazing.
I keep going back and forth because the chat's having fun, and but I'm looking at the artwork here. I've started to sing along with that James Bond Jr. theme. Darn it! But no, the artwork here looks astounding. I like it.
We find out that he had placed a space transmitter on there that can act that enables communication via an alpha wave projector, specifically Superman's alpha wave, planted on a receiver on Brainiac before he was taken. And what we find out is it actually can get through Brainiac's shields and everything.
Luthor, you are a genius.
Oh, wait. Oh, there's going to be a great bit here. Superman, it's really you. Why'd you change your hair? Lois, where are you? How are you here? I thought I'd never see you again. So did I. Something to do with your alpha waves in your brain? We all miss you, Superman. I miss you. We didn't even get to say goodbye. You sure are a sight for sore eyes. I know this will sound crazy, but Lex Luthor planted a device on you. He says he knows a way to bring you home. Luthor? Lois, hang up. Hang up right now. If this is one of Luthor's schemes, it can't end well. And we find out Brainiac determines is able to reach out and realize it. Small minds. Small minds. Change course. Ship. Return to Earth. It seems our work there is not yet completed. I don't understand, Superman. Aren't you happy to see me? Of course I am, Lois. You can't imagine how much. But it's too dangerous. Brainiac has me inside a miniature prison. His technology is so much more advanced than anything on Earth. He'll know you sent this message. Good. Then he'll know who the real brain in this universe. Lex Luthor. Luthor, think it through. Brainiac only left Earth alone because I surrendered. He believes the rest of you are too primitive to concern him. All you're doing is proving him otherwise. Exactly. Lex says he knows a way to bring you back. It is impossible. Lois, I am with my Kryptonians and with Kryptonians here. My birth parents are here. My father's head of the Science Council, and even he says there's no way out. Something's right. You're breaking up.
Fantastic layouts on that page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we find out that the whole point of it was to bring Brainiac to Earth.
Bum, bum, bum.
Inhabitants of Metropolis, you endanger yourself. Someone among you has fumbled with forces they cannot grasp. This does not make them intelligent. It makes them reckless. Perhaps I was too lenient on humanity. Here we go again. You said you'd bring Superman back. A lot closer than he was before, isn't he? I've got to cover it in this story. It's Luthor with an O-R.
Yeah. This is why I try to pronounce it Luthor instead of Luther. I'm like, Luther? Wasn't he in Defenders of the Earth from the 80s cartoon?
Yeah.
Defenders of the Earth, Flash Gordon.
Okay. But yeah, they basically find it, and Jor-El's actually like, it doesn't matter. It's over. It won't happen again. It matters very much indeed. Do you not understand, Kal-El? This invention is capable of transmitting through the walls of our bottled prison. This is what I have required all along. A tether to the outside. Against me, the supreme intellect in the universe, humanity has issued a challenge. You got that right. Such carelessness, coupled with the technological acumen required to attempt it, indicates that you are more hazardous to yourself and others than I anticipated. To isolate the hazard, you must be preserved and cataloged. Come again? That look, he's like, oh crap.
Somebody in Otis, or somebody says, wait a minute, I lost it. Thank goodness Brainiac never learned of social media.
But yeah, he's starting to shrink the city. Yes, alpha waves, of course. This is a product of quite an ingenious mind. Please don't ever tell him that. That would have gotten the biggest laugh in a theater, I bet.
I bet it would. Please don't
ever tell him that. But through this, they're able to realize, now granted, it's only attuned to Clark, but they could figure out a way to reverse everything, send out a signal, and get Superman back. Now, of course, Laura is forbidding it. You sent my son away from me in a rocket, yet miraculously he has returned to us. I'll not send him in harm's way. Harm's way is what I do. That would have been a big applause moment of him back in the suit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that would have gotten everybody cheering and high-fiving each other.
Yep, and he says, like...
I miss the red underwear. Superman looks naked with clothes on now.
He wears the shorts again now.
Yeah, I thought he had the trunks again.
Yeah, I thought
not in the movies.
Superman! Oh, in the movie.
Yeah. Actually, Superman and Lois. I don't know.
He also has pointing at crotch lines in the movies, which is just unhelpful.
Yeah.
Right. What did I do?
Metropolis, your excision has begun. World of Krypton.
The way Krypton looked, sorry, what? Yeah. No, the way Krypton looked, I was
because
I was playing the. Never mind.
Sorry.
No, I was playing. No, the fact I was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I have the Cowabunga collection. I've been playing Manhattan Project, and the way Metropolis was lifting kind of looked like New York City after Splint the Shredder made his device.
That's funny because I'm playing the Cowabunga collection, and I thought the Brainiac at the end looked like Krang.
And you will. I am invincible.
Love Krang.
Yep, but yeah.
Krang
All
so
right.
much.
Fred Freely is amazing. Sat there. Hello, happy birthday. What's your name? My name is Billy. Who cares?
Yep. Oh yeah, look at it. All right, Rennie. All right, go on, do your business, will ya? Some of us need to sleep. Buy a dog, she said. It'll give us something we can take care of together, she said. Winnie?
This guy looks.
Holy!
This guy looks like Bob Hoskins as Mario.
Yeah, but poor dog. Thank God it had that on him. Otherwise, that dog would have been dead.
Oh yeah. It's never fun to see a dog do them like that.
Yeah, but yeah, he's basically now he's ready to bottle up Superman and the Metropolis, while Jor-El is finally feeling this energy, this confidence he hasn't had in so many years, and he's figuring out a way to send him back. While Superman and his mother is having a final words to each other, and with him and his father. My little Kal-El, you embarked not in a rocket this time, but I remind you of that fateful day. Blast, I'm never good at this, at saying things. That's a Brando crack! That is a Brando crack!
I'm never good at saying things.
What I mean is, all that you have learned, everything you feel, you give it all of it to me. I've listened to the recording you made for me 1,000 times, Father. I understand. This is so touching, isn't it? I would have loved to see Brando back just for this.
Absolutely. Great. Now Blazing Dragon wants you to do Roddy Piper. Pick me! What do you think? I heard Nash. He said, don't pick me. Fine, because I can smash Nash. Pick Hogan, put him to sleep 3 times. You know why? Because everybody's got to pay the piper.
Yep.
And and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah, but look at this. Lex is actually using a balloon to get out of there before everything shrinks down. Whereas Superman is then enlarged. And just a few isolations and tunnels. Jor-El, you're smiling. Do you not see, Laura? All hope had fled me. Then my son returned it. How can you be certain this will succeed? That Kal-El will survive? Because, my love, he's an owl. Blast off! Ah! Of course, he has all that pain to think, keep going. And sure enough, he's back. Impossible. It must be an error. Brainiac, try picking on someone your own side. That is right up there with. General, would you like to step outside? I thought I was going to, about time. I thought I was going to have to do everything. I knew you'd hear me, Superman. You made one mistake, Brainiac. You gave me no choice. I tried to be a gentleman about this. I sacrificed myself to keep Earth safe. If I allowed myself to be imprisoned in one of your bottles, then you went and broke your word. I merely revised my analysis of humanity, Kryptonian. Like Krypton, your natural habitat, Earth is imperiled by a race of intellectual beasts, unfit to supervise themselves. I never imprisoned you. I attempted to reunite you as your own kind. I shall not commit the same error again. Eliminate Kryptonian! Oh boy, some of the bottles fall and he puts them all back.
Oh, good.
You can do it, my little Kal-El. Little?
Well, funny. That's funny. But Shane Nolan in the comments says the son becomes the father, the son.
Yep. And to the super breath. Seriously, this would have been an epic third movie.
I want to see that in
Yeah,
action.
that looks amazing.
I want to see that action in live action.
Okay,
I know nothing because I didn't see it.
This would have been stop motion right here. This would have been a stop motion creation.
Yeah, that would have been That's RoboCop like stop motion.
Yeah.
Well, RoboCop 2 to be precise.
Guys, it's that face. Show ID.
Yep. And here comes the grand finale. He's fighting him up, still trying to show how better he is. Humanity squandered its chances. You attempt to aid them, to give them an example to strive for, yet they're no better than before you arrived. They're worse. My ship has already lifted your beloved Metropolis from Earth's surface. The city waits to be miniaturized and bottled. Do you not? If you do not allow me to preserve and catalog a portion of humanity, as I did with the Kryptonians, humanity will be extinct. You're afraid, Brainiac. You say you want to preserve other species, stop people from destroying themselves. You just want to control them, take away their chance to grow. You're no scientist. My father is a scientist. Science is just your weapon. Do not speak to me of science. You haven't observed what I've observed. You didn't endure what I endured. I lost everything. I thought I lost everything too. I didn't let it twist me. What potential can you possibly see in others? How do you witness ignorance and destruction and still see good? I came from one planet and crashed on another. The first two people I met took me in and loved me as their own. How could I not see good? You gave up, Brainiac. I never will. And then Brainiac just keeps on. Eventually, everything's starting to overheat. And there's still time to save yourself. You are just a man. I'm Superman. Oh no. He flies around, gets all the bottle cities out of there, flies out, and then he goes into a new model. Welcome back, Brainiac. Science is forever. Core detonating. Boom! Womp womp.
Well, at least he didn't have to reverse time by going backwards around here.
Yeah, but then Metropolis is falling. Uh-oh. But what does Superman do? Oh, too bad Metropolis real estate market is about to crash. Womp womp.
Oh, he's in the suit.
Yeah, he's in the pink. He's in the suit now.
Suit. Yeah, nice.
Oh, look at this. He actually catches it and brings it down.
It did not get Sokovia'd.
Bad day for a field trip, guys. And then boom. And then Superman comes out from the ground.
Yes.
It's good to see you again, Lois. Anything happened while I was gone? Aw. Now, if you notice, the bingo stuff from Superman 3 is there. Top-notch reporting, Lane. I want follow-ups. Kent, what have you got? Golly, not much, Mr. White. With all that shaking, my cuckoo clock fell off the wall and knocked me out. All I've got is a nasty lump. Lane! Lex Luthor has vanished. The army confiscated the equipment at his hideout, and the police issued a warrant for violating probation. Also, NASA asked Superman to help recover any wreckage from Brainiac's ship. Run with both. Kent, take 2 aspirins and give her a hand. Olsen, pictures chief. Got it. Yeah, Jimmy got the shortest end of the stick here.
Did Superman really say golly?
He does. That's what he said.
Yeah.
In the Silver Age, he would always say stuff like "Great Scott,
Golly,
great galaxies." Then say, "Gee whiz, golly jeepers, that would be swell."
In the movie, he did.
Yeah. So Lois, I was thinking maybe today we can go out for that lunch day. You and Perry, we've got a deadline. Clark, you had to know today would be a busy news day. I guess it didn't really cross my mind. Well, it crossed mine, so I packed us each a brown bag, peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. And pickle sounds delicious, Lois. Thank me later. Right now, help me make some calls. I mean, this could be the story of the century. Calls, right. I'll help as soon as I get back.
He's trying to get in that, right? So that's why he's eating the disgusting sandwiches.
I have to run by my place. I'm sorry, I haven't freed everyone from their bottles yet. When Brainiac's ship was destroyed, all his technology went with it. But I promise I'll keep searching for another way. We believe in you, my little Kal-El. You have already given all of us what we desperately missed. Hope. Thanks, Mother. Thank you, Father. We'll make our discoveries together. This was phenomenal, wasn't it?
It was really good. Start to finish, really good comic.
Yeah.
Clap, 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 clap.
Yeah, that was wow, right? That was just phenomenal.
I'm going to get the trade paperback, son.
Yep,
I'm subscribing to season 2. Oh,
wait. Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
This felt like, again, this is just 2.5. 3 is still canon, as you noticed from that bit in the at the Daily Planet where we saw the bingo thing.
Yeah. I feel like that would have been like if they were going to stop the movies right there. That would have been a good closure to it.
Yeah, would have. So we got one more to go. One last one. Batman.
I see the comments. Neil before Zod. Kevin Smith was in the news. So deal before Zod. Snoochie boochies.
Yep. Now this one, only 4 issues are on DC Universe Infinite, but I do have the last 2 scanned. I got scans of them. So we're going to do the 4 here, and then I will exit and come back with the other 2 issues. But yeah, now one thing I want people to remember. Think about back when Batman Returns came out. The Rodney King riots had also occurred. And I think that's something that Sam had always had in mind if they were going to have a black Robin and a black Two-Face.
So I will have to leave here, guys, unfortunately.
Aw. Well,
I know.
Thanks for sticking around.
Boo.
Shut your face, Kristen. Have a nice day, guys.
No
Bye,
problem.
Bianca.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
Bianca.
Bye. So yeah, let's see how good or bad this is. And here's the other thing else you gotta remember. Sam Am would usually write the initial scripts and then other people tweak them. Now, of course, he's been on record saying, I had nothing to do with Joker being Batman, the killer of Batman's parents. I had nothing to do with Alfred bringing Vicky Vale into the Batman. I had nothing to do with any of those. He's so quick to deny it. But I think he's also a guy. This is going to be a case where you read it and you're like, this would have needed other writers to tweak what he came up with. It's not bad initial ideas, but having it be just purely him is where we're going to have issues.
Fair.
And I'm not sure the '89 Batman movie transfers to comic the same way the others do.
Yeah, but yeah. So this, but
No,
now
I mean, you can't have a soundtrack in a comic book.
That's true. Now he does.
No, wait, that's not necessarily true. I remember that when Star Wars did Shadows of the Empire, they did a soundtrack. I remember for The Crow, they released a soundtrack. Not the movie.
You can have a webtoon with a soundtrack.
Could have a webtoon with a soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah,
and they have released singles for the Black Canary soundtrack because she was a rock star, so they recorded 6 songs for her.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
Yeah, but anyway, also he does keep Batman Returns in a way it came out in theaters. It's not like he's going like this is what I'm going with my original version. No, he's keeping what was there in canon.
Okay.
But yeah, we open up and we're introduced to this version of Barbara Gordon, who is much older, grown woman, and is actually part of the GCPD.
Yeah, that's not Alicia Silverstone at all.
No, in this case, they were basing her off of Winona Ryder.
Oh, right. Yeah, I could see the resemblance.
Yep, and yeah, we're going to get a bit more expansion with Harvey. Billy D. Williams Harvey.
Yay!
Hey, I finally got something that'll get the Empire out of our hair for good.
This time next year, I could be
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
They got here just before you did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically, these two have been dating for a while, it turns out, and well, he's ready to propose when I saw someone or something move outside the window. Barbara, we're 59 stories up. But yeah, basically find out there's a bunch of costumes and all that, costuming, and we see people dressed up like, again, this year, Batman is a popular costume choice. Due respect, ma'am, we wear these uniforms every night. Gotham Police Force is feeble, but when you see us wearing the bat, it means your business and your personal property are safe. And you, sir, do you feel your costume glorifies a dangerous criminal? Who said that? The gentleman in the bat suit? Oh. 4, 3. I don't know, Harvey. I was expecting. Take it home. Try to think it and try it on. Think it over. Maybe this will help you decide. Head yes, tail no. I'm feeling lucky. Did this really just happen? You gave me a 2-headed coin. Well, keep your silly coin. My answer is boom. Did you hear that? Yeah, the sound of this magical evening being cut short. Yep. Turns out now none of these are the actual Joker gang. These are people who took up and were inspired by Joker. Include all this and brains too with these ladies. But yeah, they're doing a bunch of looting. And now, if there's one thing that Sam Am is introducing that I wish we saw in the other one is, turns out Batman and Gordon actually are working together. Gordon, you reading my location? Good. They've got artillery. Bring out your big guns. I think I just figured out the plan.
I miss Batman. He was so good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're actually grabbing a bunch of these money cars and everything. But thanks to Batman, he's able to stop them. And it turns out these people are actually unknowingly being paid and manipulated to do all this. And he brings down the chopper. And here's something else Sam Am pushes. He's claiming this Batman never kills. So he's trying to ignore the times where he has killed.
No.
Alex's face palming right now. It's like, wait, what happened to the bell tower and the dynamite and the
look at this. Look at this. A giant penny.
The giant penny.
And it saves him, actually. He's able to run behind it, like shields up, come around fast as the Batmobile comes through. And hold on one second. Oh, wait. You trying to say something, Alex?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I thought you were trying to say something. But yeah, this is the police. This area has been secured. Do not attempt to leave. And sure enough, we see one guy grabbing Barbara's purse. Hold it, you, Harvey. And hold it, and rich dude, and hand over the Rolex. Hey, no problem. I don't want any. You did it like a brass knuckles. Trouble. Don't shoot, mister. You can have the. Isn't that funny? I just can't decide what to do. I think I'll toss a coin. Heads you die, tails you walk. What to say? Oh God, mister, no, please. Blam, blam, blam. Harvey, I heard shots. It's all right. I just wanted to scare him. Harvey, you could have been killed. I can replace a purse, but I can never replace you. We can't just ignore it, Barbara. Copycat criminals, copycat vigilantes. There's no room on the street for law-abiding citizens. And we then see, now for some reason they gave Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne these gray sideburns, it looks like.
It looks like Reed Richards, number one. Number two, that Gotham poster with the weird face, and reminds me of Hell of a Boss.
But yeah, he meets up, and they're also again trying to show that Harvey and Bruce are good friends, and it's like, but they're even saying they haven't seen each other since, well, that party in the first movie. They actually acknowledge it.
Right.
Morning, Bruce. Sorry to bother you before noon. Rough night? More tricks than treats. What's up? Bruce, we trust each other, don't we? This city's in chaos. I have a way to fix it. To start, anyway. But I'm going to need help. It means going up against Jim Gordon. Aren't you dating his daughter? Actually, we're engaged. Congratulations, I think. What do you want from me? With your backing, Bruce, we're going to take down Batman. And we find out that they recovered $31 million from the armored car, but there was $26 million in damage.
Uh-oh.
And basically now they're basically saying how Gordon has been in favor of the Batman, and now this is starting to bite him in the butt big time. Just last night I was out with Barbara. I almost got killed in an alley when Batman drove right past. But so what? That's our new normal. You said a crew of vigilantes. Batman and who else? You think there's only one? Basically, he thinks there's more than one Batman. He thinks that Gordon is Gordon's personal hit squad, well-trained and well-funded. I mean, I can see where Harvey gets that idea.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yep. I'll never turn on Jim Gordon. He was the cop on duty tonight. Again, he's retconning stuff in here that was never in the other two movies.
Oh boy.
Retcons.
Where have we seen this terrible line happen before?
Yeah, but again, he's trying to shove it in here, especially what happens to Gordon near the end. So he's trying to do what he can. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here where you can definitely tell he's trying to soft reboot the other two movies without undoing them. But at the same time, it's not working. We're going to work well. And hey, Liana, say again, Liana.
I am. Yeah. Okay. There I am. I'm back.
What's your
Sorry.
opinion on these retcons that Sam Hamm's been doing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a tough. It's a tough universe to adapt to a comic, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about his changes. Him trying to make it closer to the comics than the other two Burton movies.
Well, I mean, the first two Burton movies don't have a ton in common stylistically, thematically. I mean, the second one is much more, I think, Tim Burton's vision.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's sort of the whole Burton run was kind of schizophrenic and had a lot of loose ends. So maybe that's what he was going for with it. I don't know. I mean, the drawing of the car was sick. That was a really good Batmobile.
Yep,
that's my generation's Batmobile. That and the animated series are the best Batmobiles that are not Adam's Batmobile.
Yep. Now, I should point out, without mentioning the Ice Princess, they still have the Batarang from that was taken in Batman Returns. They still have it, and that's actually going to be a big part later on.
Okay.
But yeah, it turns out this is something that could only happen in the recent comics, and that's Burnside. Burnside actually that was the stuff when remember when Batgirl got that more cosplaying like costume, that was where it was introduced. That was Burnside, and that's what I think Sam Hamm's just name dropping. He probably would have come up with some other city name, but we see that Harvey he's going there and it's basically it's the black neighborhood of Gotham, and he's just there like, careful Harvey, don't want to get axle grease on that ensemble. Got to represent. Kids need to have a prosperous black man who's not an athlete, or worse yet, a dealer. What's so damn funny? Kids around here don't see you at all. You've been moving with a different crowd. I know where I came from. I always have. But to roll with that crowd, I have to hide my real face. The clothes, the car, it's all a costume. So, in other words, he's trying to portray Harvey as saying he's always been two-faced.
That's an interesting take on it, seeing as his casting was controversial in the '89 film.
Yeah, and I think, though, if they'd given the opportunity, this would have been a great way to handle and show that it's taking him being black, but then actually acknowledging, yeah, how would this work in the real world? And it's simple. He's having to play both sides. He's still trying to say, hey, look at his own hometown saying, hey, I'm here to try and inspire you all, but he's hardly there at all to do any of it. So in his own mind, he thinks he's doing great, when in actuality, he's selling out.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole, I think, yeah, we're glad you got rich and famous. What have you done lately for the hood? What's the hood ever done for me?
Yep.
It's like in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, basically.
Yep. Now, of course, Harvey, with some help from other people connected in Burnside, including a reverend, have been able to call out saying how every place I look, I see people, children, wearing the colors of this lawless maverick. We tell our children, obey the law, respect the law. Yet our commissioner of police embraces this vigilante. And basically he's calling for a vote of no confidence in Commissioner Gordon. So again, it's a case where they're trying to take this and have it be, yeah, things would bite him in the ass. I think Ham is trying to compare Gordon to that one person, that one LAPD commissioner who created the SWAT and everything. The guy who got
that guy, the dare guy, the SWAT guy that kept crashing into drug dealer stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what Sam Hamm is trying to say, is saying would happen to Gordon if racial tension starting to rise like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Which again, it's not a bad idea in and of itself, but I think this would have needed other writers to help make this work. And having it be just Sam Hamm and doing it in a comic is where the problem lies. Now, also, we get Bullock.
Bullock. I love Bullock.
But Bullock was never in the other movies.
I know. He was one of my favorite characters in the animated series, just because Robert Costanza puts him as this no-nonsense, donut-eating guy who's still a good cop, but just hates Batman with a vengeance.
Yeah, but look at Gordon here. That's Bullock for you. He's a shark. He smells blood. But look at that little ear thing he's wearing. Turns out they've been communicating through that instead of the signal. Dent, I already knew about. Bruce Wayne told me today the jerk's engaged to my daughter. Bruce Wayne? No, Dent. Okay. That's funny.
That's a good joke.
Bruce Wayne's the one who told me. The whole department knew before I did. She and I don't talk much. But why am I telling you? I don't mind. No, and look, I'm not long for this job. The channel we're on may be compromised. One last piece of advice. Stay off the streets for a while. The National Guard has orders to bring you in, alive or otherwise. If I don't see you again, thanks. We tried. Eddie smashes their communicating device. Oh, and then we see this one guy, stop, see, freeze, drop your weapon. Turned out this guy was just stealing diapers and baby food.
What? Gee, that sounds familiar.
Yep, and Batman's like, no, please, don't hurt Anisha. She didn't do nothing. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Where's the money you took? Money? No, you got to believe me. All I took was diapers and baby food. But then we see Robin show up, but he's not Dick Grayson, it turns out.
Oh.
We'll get a name later on. His name actually is Drake. That's his first name, Drake. Like, not your house, man. Knock, and next time, knock. Damn. Sorry for the trouble here. What's this? $8. It's what I've got. And then the cops show up. So for the first issue, a lot happens, and yet it's kind of overwhelming, wouldn't you all say?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
That's a cool cover.
Oh, wow.
Look at that blue. Look
it's
at
a great cover.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, they see there. Don't shoot. He throws a flare. What the hell? He's going up. Unfortunately, the guy, that father who's trying to get stuff for his kids, because they can't see anything, they shoot wildly, and he falls to his death. And given how he's black and everything, and this is in Burnside, you can guess what's going to happen now.
No, I can't watch.
Yep. And Master Bruce, I screwed up, Alfred. This time I really, well and truly screwed up. And we see then Harvey's trying out that batarang. How does this thing work? It locks onto a unique key signature. Throw it at that bench. Ow! I must have had it locked on you by mistake. By mistake? And he's like, ow, not funny, damn it. It was just a little love tap. I could have set it to knockout punch. Want to try it again? Thanks. No. Yeah, they head over there, and of course, meets up with everyone. He's trying to talk to them, and this was where we're introduced to Drake. Like I said, that's his name, and he is the new Robin. This would have been
one of the Wayne's brothers, correct?
Yeah. And you could definitely tell in the way they're drawing him.
Yeah, it's like there's him living. I'm expecting him living color to come out with Homie the Clown.
But yeah, Mr. Otis says you have a photographic memory for car parts. I got some parts from, let's say, an exotic model. I'd like to know if they were modified from a production car or machine from scratch. He's trying to find out stuff about the Batmobile, in other words. Exotic? Nah, Mr. Dent. Don't think I can help you. Did I do something to upset you, Drake? You're a cop, Mr. Dent. I'm sure you're a very nice cop, but you're a cop. Harvey, the council's here. We lost one in the hospital just now. That makes 2 dead and 1 child orphan. I want a lid on this neighborhood. People need to express their anger, yes, but peacefully. No violence and no excuses. Done. Because those federal cops are just looking for a chance to let the dogs loose. And it worked to our advantage. Don't you say it, Harvey Dent. We all know you want Batman's head on a pike, going to carry it all the way to the governor's mansion. But when you rouse things up like this, it's not you and your rich white donors who suffer. It's not the Waynes and the Shreks. It's us. So don't you talk about our advantage when what you mean is your advantage. I want to help however I can. To which then he's ready to give a big speech and everything, saying, we all know there are 2 Gothams. And I could tell you it's true because I lived in both. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And we see some of the Batman guys, they're ready to just use that to our advantage and steal stuff, thinking, oh, we'll just claim it as a group of black looters. Telling you that these guys, vigilantes, are just as much scum as anything else.
Yep.
And you see Robin, dealing with all of them. We caught this punk. He was robbing for a store. What'd you say, fool? Say it again.
I'd say that guy looks like the ultimate warrior, but I know what that's going to start.
Take this, fear is the air breathed by the cowards. I only fear the air of the warriors. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they're trying to keep on saying that.
Okay.
They're trying to say he's robbing the place, and that causes some people to think he's saying his name is Robin. That's why he takes it, because they're saying he's robbing the place. So it's like, Robin. I'll go with that. And because the penny saved him, he bought the penny and brought it to the for the Batcave. And we're also introduced to this Dr. Q, who's supposed to be one of those pop psychologists, and she would have been played by Madonna, is what the artist was basing her off of. Like, well, Leslie, mask gives us anonymity, and anonymity is liberating. When you wear a mask, there are no consequences. You can act out your secret desires, things you never dream of doing in everyday life. It's like having a sexual kink. At which he says, Alfred, shut and kill the sound, will you? But I think they were trying to set up a Harley. Trish, what do you think?
I could see it somewhat.
Tristan?
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. What do you think about this being based off of what could have been Harley?
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I knew you would, but the idea of her being a pop psychologist. I mean, they did that in The Batman, but I think that would have worked here.
You don't think it would have?
I do.
Oh, I do too. I agree.
Yeah, but her being played by Madonna, hell no.
I still can't believe she and the animated series by Protzi have been around for 30 years now.
I'm thinking because this is supposed to be when? What year? Because it's 89, but it's
This
after.
would have been 92, 93-ish, because 91 was when Returns came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
92 is when Returns came out.
Because I mean, Madonna was acting around that time, wasn't she?
Yeah, Dick Tracy.
Yeah,
Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a league of their own. She was bouncing out movies with with
Yeah,
her
Desperately Seeking
software.
Susan, stuff like that. Yeah,
I
okay.
remember because Animaniacs made that Truth or Dare joke.
Yeah, I see why they went that way. I'm trying to think if there was another actress at the time who would have been a better Harley.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically,
Bruce is... nothing's coming to my mind right now. I have to look back at my 90s actresses.
Right. But Bruce is starting to feel down in the dumps because of what happened, which I'll be honest, this would have been a good plot point too, wouldn't you say, about Batman's actions causing someone to get killed? That would have been...
Keaton always did well with the inner feelings of Bruce. He never cries. He just, but you can tell exactly how he's feeling just on his facials alone. He's like trying to keep it in, trying to keep it stoic, but you can tell exactly what he's thinking.
Yep, and Alfred... Oh, sorry.
That's my thing about the 89 Batman, though. I mean, there's guns on the Batmobile. He just mowed down the Joker's goons. Like, would this Batman really care? Like, collateral damage, whatever.
By the way, remember the end of Batman Returns, the cat that was left? Turns out that cat's a major plot point.
Okay.
But Alfred suggests you could resort to philanthropy instead, to which we see, turns out Harvey had gone on just completely improv his entire speech, telling them all what they needed to hear. He actually just completely winged it. Unfortunately, Harvey Bullock doesn't like that. What the hell, Harvey? What the hell? I backed you against Gordon. I sold you to the rank and file. Tough on crimes, by the book. Harvey's got your back. And you pay us back with this crap? Inequity? Two-tier justice? Kids growing up afraid? We all know what that's code for. Code? I've been code switching all my life, and that ain't code. That's just straight up truth, which is why you don't recognize it. You'll pay for this, Dent. You will pay. What was the argument? Mr. Dent, are we going to get getting pushed back from the cops? From the cops? Not at all. This was just between him and his conscience. And we didn't see Bruce is there. Like, Bruce? Harvey, saw your speech last night. Going to anger a lot of people. You came here to tell me that? No, that was just a compliment. I came up because I have a crazy idea. To which they want to go over to meet up with, well, first we see some of these Batmen. They turn out they saw where Drake went. And they know exactly where he lives. Uh-oh. And basically, like, well, let me see if I understand what Harvey's telling us. You're proposing to stake every school-age child in Burnside District to 4 years of Gotham State University at your expense? Yes, sir. Or a trade or technical school for those who prefer it. And you're prepared to underwrite this program for how long? Till I run out of money, which won't happen for a while yet. If I may ask, Mr. Wayne, why the sudden interest in Burnside? Harvey's speech. Two Gothams coexisting in the same space. It struck a chord with me. And of course, the young man who was shot, the little girl, Nisha, who was orphaned. You may not know this, but I've lost members of my own family to gun violence. Same here, me too. We all know what that's like. You understand that's our problem, and that our problems run deep. Just throwing money around is not a solution. No, ma'am, systematic problems take generations to fix. But there are some problems you can fix with money. That's where I can help. Okay, that's how you phrase it.
Yes.
I give Sam Ham props for this.
Yes.
He's taking the whole giving money, but he's doing it smartly, saying that you can't just fix it, but you can fix some of the immediate problems and get the ball rolling.
Exactly. That's what you got to do, how you do it.
Exactly.
The person in the comments saying who played Tank Girl, you think she could play Harley? That was Pamela Anderson from Baywatch.
Wasn't it Lori Petty?
Yeah, that was Lori Petty who did it.
Oh, then who am I thinking of? That
Barbed Wire.
Barbed Wire, for God's sake.
Yeah, Lori Petty could have been an all
No, Lori
right
Petty.
Harley.
Lori Petty, maybe. Yeah.
She could have done, especially knowing how she was at Livewire. I think she'd make a great Harley with her energy.
Oh, yeah, she was Livewire. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I need to rewatch the Superman cartoon again by Bruce.
Again,
that's my Superman for late 90s.
Again, I know a lot of people get dumped on this comic saying how it was pushing one-side politics. I don't think Sam Ham was doing that. I think he was
No, this seems pretty balanced to me, all things considered.
Yeah, it's not like, yeah, I don't hear any, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear the usual identity junk
Well,
or the pushing one way saying white man bad that
the
you
code
usually hear
switching-
that you
the
hear
code
in so many after school
Yeah.
specials and all that crap.
What do you think? What about you, Ian? Oh, sorry, Leon, finish your
So
statement.
the code switching line was a little heavy-handed. That probably wouldn't have been something a guy in his position would have come right out and said.
Certainly
the
not in the
reason you code
mid-90s.
switch is because you have to code switch. That's a bit of modernity thrown in. I
Yeah,
do
that's
see how
something
that like
became
yeah.
popular in the mid
So that line, yeah, I would agree with
Yeah.
that. But the concept of Harvey being constantly code switching again fits up with him being Two-Face.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
whole-
completely
the
agree. I
whole-
just think it's ham-handed.
Well, I mean, the whole purpose of code switching is so you don't scare white people. So coming out and saying I'm code switching is going to scare white people, defeating the purpose of code switching.
It almost
True.
it's
Yeah.
you got the way you're talking, it makes me almost sound like this should have been done like in a Spike Lee movie.
Yep, but look at
Yeah.
this. Look at this. Apparently, there's someone's ready to start a fire, and so it's what does Batman grab and Bruce grab? He grabs a ski mask, runs over there, and look who's back.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's an
She looks
interesting
amazing.
redesign.
Yep, well, it's what she has left of her outfit. Remember, she didn't have that much
Improved.
left.
Oh, she had to patch it with other things. What are those things around her waist?
I think
They
I
look
don't
like-
know. I think that's what to be like, kind of like what
Cool.
Raven sometimes wears. You know.
Kind of like a belt, right? Held together with string.
A sexy belt.
Look at those three things. What?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll be clearer.
Yep, but yeah.
I'm not sure about the placement
Little
of the purple.
tiny heads.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
Selena,
yeah.
how did you find them? Oh, I was following you. I do that sometimes, just for fun. Haven't you noticed? No? Then I must be getting good at it. I know you're keeping a low profile, federals and all, so I'll just stick your little bat buddies in the dumpster. You've got fires to put out, but first, I need a kiss. But yeah, it turns out the place has been started on fire, and yeah, the place because they followed the kids there. But yeah, Drake's in there. His room's up top over the body shop. He was up to take a nap. Harvey, I love you. I'll be fine. Harvey, Drake, can you hear me? Drake, anybody here? Ah, and unfortunately, battery acid's heading his way.
Oh no.
What? Whoa.
Yep, and now we get into the birth of Two-Face, and Sandman comes up with an interesting idea for Two-Face here. Now, first, we then start to see a vision of Harvey coming out with Drake, perfectly fine and everything. Now, we know this isn't what was happening, but this is what his mind is thinking. And he starts feeling stuff like, because of this happen, Bruce, everyone's so happy. Bruce gives him like, hell, Bruce, I just did what you would have done. Me, I don't think so. And he's starting to gain all this popularity. Everyone's loving him.
Dense Inferno.
Yep. And everyone's happy. And then he's ready to become governor. Commissioner Gordon stepped down. And apparently, now you know this is on his mind because he says that Batman was a mercenary group. And if you look carefully at these, they're based off of the other Batmen, the other actors.
This is why Superman works alone.
Yep. Now, of course, but then we then see Jerome, that's the guy from the body shop, show up. Where'd you come from? Mr. Otis to you, young man. You want respect? You show respect. Where's Barbara? What the? How did we get here? And we find out, turns out Drake and Bruce pulled him out from there as his face had burned. Good job. Nice work. Thanks. And yeah, when they help him, well, we see what happened to him. And instead of fire, it was the battery acid. And there's something wrong with my face.
Oh, no.
And he inhaled sulfuric acid, which we later find out gives it the possibility that he may have months to live if it got to his lungs. So now they don't play that up that much here, but that's a nice possibility that he's on a ticking clock already.
It's good motivation.
Yeah. But yeah, now all of a sudden everyone's so happy that, because Bruce helped save them and everything. And it says right here, pulmonary edema is the immediate threat. If he lasts 4 hours, we're good. Past that, we don't know. If the fumes got as far as his lungs, he could kill over 6 months from now. But yeah, everyone's so happy. Now, earlier, I should point out, before he went in there, Harvey realized, wait, we never released the name of the baby. How did Bruce know?
He is Batman.
Well, yeah, but yeah, everyone's so
Why are you? I know, Bruce Wayne. Why are you wearing Batman's outfit?
Now, why are you dressed as Batman? Because he is Batman, you moron. Was.
I'm just distracted by the name Drake.
Yeah.
Because Billy D is the one who started from the bottom. Now here.
Yep.
Like that was another bit of modernity. That Tim Drake, he's a black guy.
But Drake's his first name. Drake's his first name, no.
Who names their kid in the 80s or early 90s? Drake.
It's a
White guys writing in 2022.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. Turns out Drake admits he was up on top dealing with some birds, and he saw below. Make it clear he knows Bruce is Batman, and but he's not saying anything. But here's the other thing, though. Come in, pal. I know, like, as I've told you at least a dozen times now, Mr. Wayne is not expecting anyone home tonight, so you might as well. Alfred, what the hell? What the hell, Alfred? It's been like this for an hour, sir. Apparently, you're a hero. I recommend coming home by the alternative entrance. I'm sorry, I just would love to see Michael Keaton do it. Like, what the hell, Alfred?
Wait, I got it. What the hell, Alfred? What the hell? What the hell, Alfred?
And I think he's trying to expand Batman, Bruce Wayne, to being more taking part in everything, not being the social recluse anymore. And I gotta say, this is a good idea again. Forcing his hand into doing something. He did what anyone would do, but because it's Bruce Wayne, he's getting all this popularity now, and now he has no choice.
Right.
Yeah, that's always a problem.
Yep. But yeah, Drake, people have been donating outfits, and look at the big pants, like, whoops.
MC Hammer wouldn't wear that. Jeez, that's something from the Fat Boys in hip hop.
Why'd you sleep in the van? I told you to welcome and stay with us. Not a good idea, Mr. Otis. Those jugheads that burned up the shop, they weren't after you or the council or Mr. Dent. They were after me. You've been nothing but kind to me, Mr. Otis. One way or another, I will make it up to you. Oh, and the cat. Bruce Wayne, superhero. But again, there's a point about this whole cat here. We find out at the end. But yeah, people. Yes, sir. With that in mind, I would avoid the south windows. There are still a few stragglers out front. As far as they know, you haven't come home yet. Meanwhile, you have 63 calls, 59 from the press, 1 from Commissioner Gordon, and 2 from gentlemen who would like you to run for governor. What a nightmare. I can't even leave the... Wait, you said 63. That's 62. Mr. Drake Winston, that's his name. Drake Winston called. He said you would know why. I told you how Selena carved up the firebugs. He thinks I did it. That is awkward, sir. Now that Miss Kyle has resurfaced, will she be wanting the cat back? The cat's no trouble, Alfred. No, sir. None at all.
Can you at least take a sandwich? I'll order drive-through.
Yep. And live from downtown Gotham, where the alleged Burnside arsonists have been released on bail. Who's the victim here? Twice in 1 week, my clients have been assaulted, beaten, humiliated for the crime of strolling through Burnside. Now they're charged with arson, scapegoated, with no evidence, no credible witnesses whatsoever. We're filing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the Gotham PD. Dear God, Becky, get me my culp. You overestimate my powers, Commissioner. I'll do what I can, but people can only take so much. Damn, if they burned up Bruce Wayne, they'd be in the gas chamber by now. Whole city's gonna burn tonight. Oh boy. Now here's where we find out. Turns out this version of Harvey, they're playing it up where both halves are seeing 2 possibilities. The whole quantum mechanics, every other possibility. And basically he's now playing up like he's Schrodinger's cat, where the coin makes the decision of which universe to go to.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Harvey, but not in this world. The other world, the one you got a peek at last night. You heard a lecture once, remember? On quantum mechanics, every time an event has 2 possible outcomes, the universe splits. Both things happen in separate branches of reality. Yeah, something about a cat in a box. What a load of crap. Where here's the wild part. It's all true. Let me take you on a little tour. In this world, the drunk driver who ran the red light killed you instead of Mom. You never had a chance to grow up. And she drank herself to death at the age of 26. On this night, instead of staying home to study, you went out drinking with Curtis and the boys. Remember when they stuck up the liquor store on a bet? You were there, and you got caught instead of Curtis. Try it as an adult. No college, no school, law school, first of many trips to jail. And in my world, Drake never went up to the roof. I saved him from the burning garage. I'm a hero. Now I'm running for governor with a beautiful wife and unlimited future. In my world, all your dreams are coming true. It took a million tiny accidents to put me there, and a million tiny accidents to put you down here. The universe is an infinite garden of forking paths. Whatever can happen does happen somewhere. Think of the power of the choices you make. You can literally split the universe in two with something as simple as the toss of a coin. This, I gotta say, okay, what do you all stand on this? And I'm gonna get Alex back on too, but where do you all stand on this take on Harvey?
It's different.
I'm really enthralled by this.
Alex?
Yeah, I do. I like the idea of sort of weighing two different possibilities and trying to see which one is the right one.
Liana, Tristan?
I mean, the hallmark of the Burton films was a reimagining of the villain, right?
Yeah.
The Joker became Jack Nicholson, but in the second film, I mean, Catwoman got a different look, and the whole, more occult thing. The Penguin was totally reimagined. People forget that was not the Penguin before the Burton film.
Right.
So I think this is in keeping with the tradition. I think my aversion to it is nothing looks Tim Burton-y enough.
True.
It's very much, I guess, because it's 89, not Batman Returns.
Tristan, what do you think about this?
It's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's
Right.
something I definitely can enjoy. Now that I've given it a little bit more of a chance because I dropped it pretty quickly, I'm enjoying it more than I thought it would.
Yep.
Random Dude Draw says thinks DeVito Penguin was awesome.
Oh, DeVito Penguin was awesome. And keep in mind that the dialogue in the 89 Batman film and the sequel were not great.
Right.
So,
they felt very Tim Burton-esque, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it. A kiss can be
yeah.
deadlier if you mean
Funny
it.
enough, funny you
So,
say, funny you
yeah,
say
there's
that.
schmaltz. There's schmaltz. Here we go.
Yeah, Alex?
Yeah, I think with the Burton films, I think it was more about the visuals telling the story as opposed
Yes.
to
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex. I can't always see when I'm going through the images. I can't always see what's on the screen.
The second one definitely was. The first one was a lot of compromises. So
Yeah.
It was.
I always still remember there was that one moment where if you see like a wide shot, you see this one couple walk right into the wall, and you see they stop there, and you realize they're like, oh crap, what do we do?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, continuing. You came. I wasn't sure Alfred would let you out. I hit him with a tranquilizer dart. So you figured out my clue. This is the rooftop where you stabbed me in the ribs, and you burned me with the acid. I still have to wear long sleeves. I know a good cosmetic surgeon in Switzerland. Kiss me. Now that you've caught me, Batman, are you going to punish me? I thought I would drag you down to a little town in the Mexican coast, south of Puerto Vallarta. No phones, no cars. Maybe hold you captive for 3 weeks. What? Okay, this.
I have an issue with this scene.
Yeah.
Like big issues plot wise. Where did we
Yep.
leave Selina and Bruce in Batman Returns?
Yeah, well, that comes back into play at the end. He's thinking and hoping she's changed since then.
Okay,
That's
this-
why he's
This
trying
is
to
his
pick.
writing Catwoman makes Batman stupid that I can't stand.
Oh, I agree with
right?
that.
Yeah.
But
When
yeah.
a woman says to you, "I'd love to live in a white fence with a white picket fence with you, Bruce. I just couldn't live with myself," and then boots. Something's up when she's coming on this hard when you see her again.
Well, maybe still work out your grudges. My grudges? Oh, I forgot. You're all about morality and justice, beating up street punks while the billionaire boys club bleeds the city dry. I did break up a $31 million heist, and I'll bet you don't even know who was behind it. They weren't stealing the money. They were saving money. What's that supposed to mean? It means you don't notice the criminals you have lunch with. The two of us could own this town if you would just get over yourself. My shrink has it totally backwards. She says I'm the id and you're the superego, but I think, wait a minute, what? Your shrink? You talk to me about me with your shrink? Why not? She thinks it's fantasy. She's got at least 6 clients who claim to be Batman, and twice that many who are sleeping with Batman. There's even a 14-year-old boy who thinks he's your psychic. He wears a little yellow cape. Oh wait, hold on. This is not that TV shrink, is it? That's privilege in for the city starting to burn. So already there, you're showing that she is snapping.
Yeah.
Snapping?
Oh,
She
boy.
snapped in the last movie.
Yeah, but here she's even more so again, basically showing that she's not even close to being redeemed.
Right.
Redeemed? Why does she need to be redeemed?
In his eyes.
But it's not about his eyes.
I know, but yep, fires has started, and well, he flipped the coin again. Oh boy, this is painful to look at.
Whoa, that's
Tim
whoa.
Sale.
After losing Tim Sale.
What happened to Batman's neck? He's
Oh!
Maxwell
Tim
Lord
Sale got
after
old.
Wonder
What the
Woman
hell?
got done with him. What is that anatomy?
I don't know. I
Alex is
haven't-
waving.
Back to the comments.
sorry.
Back to the
Yeah.
comments. I got my mind off.
But I actually have to go.
All right, see ya, Alex. Thanks for joining
Hey,
in.
actually, that's
Have
a
a nice
good
day.
time because I gotta go too.
All right, see you,
Like-
Chris. We'll wrap up.
likewise.
Thank you,
have to go
guys.
too.
All right, see
Congratulations
y'all.
on 75 episodes. That's
Thank
so
you
awesome.
all.
Tristan.
Thank you all.
Hey, Robert.
Bye,
I gotta get
guys.
going
Have
too,
a
man.
good
See you,
night.
Dan. See you.
Good night.
Yeah, Raymond.
Good night.
Raymond. Yep. Have a good night, everyone.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Yep, we'll start. And we're almost done anyway. We're about halfway through, and yeah, we're
Alex just went off
Oh, that
stretching.
was weird.
yep.
Yeah.
yeah. I just closed him out. So, but yeah, we're nearly done anyway. We just got
Oh,
3 more
man.
issues left.
That costume I don't love.
I do
Which
not
costume?
either.
Go back to the costume. Oh, that. Oh, that.
I'm not
Like,
a fan.
What? That's not a Tim Burton costume.
It's not.
No,
It's
You
not.
know what it isn't? It looks more like. What am I thinking of?
They stole Stephanie Brown's costume.
I thought, well, okay, it's
I know.
her, it's Red Hood, it's Spider Gwen.
It's Spider Gwen. That's
It's
what I was
reverse
thinking.
Spider Gwen.
But I like your spoiler one better because I love Stephanie.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, all those tendrils on they'd get stuck on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they also stole Tim Drake's Teen Titans New 52 uniform.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see Bullock
gotta go
there.
I'm gonna go to HBO Max and watch all of Teen Titans all over again. I missed that show.
We see Bullock here.
Yeah,
He-
Azrael too.
Right.
Azrael too. That
Right.
said, yeah, it's cribbed from a lot of places.
Yeah.
But as I say, no, we do see. I said, Bullock. He's ready to start up shit again, telling you the kind of person Bullock is. Where then we see Drake comes by with a bunch of paint and starts splattering it on everyone. It's a bag of paint. Damn it! Somebody find me a working bullhorn. Look, there's somebody up there. Batman. It's got to be Batman. No, that ain't no Batman. Starts throwing them spray cans and using them to spray at the cops. What'd you get? His belt. No, the stuff on the belt. I'm not sure. Information. Rubber bullets. Open fire on my command. Mask up. Mask. I know. Basically, everything's going down, and then eventually, congratulations, Bullet. You just engineered the biggest cock up in the history of the Gotham PD. Give me the bullhorn before I ram it up your ass. This is Commissioner James T. Gordon. All officers stand down. Say what? I repeat, stand down. The march will proceed as planned. Well. That's what happens when you come in my house. You hear me? Stay out of my damn house.
What's happening, and why is the cape now hentai?
Alfred, I have to
Hentai
tell
cape confirmed.
Yep.
Now it's oh my god, it's Spawn.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, basically now he's taking Selena's advice. He's starting to look into some of the stuff, including where the money was. And unfortunately, thanks to Bullock now, Gordon's going to start turning in his resignation because of everything that's been boiling over.
Oh boy.
Nice going, Bullock, Harvey. But yeah, they're looking into everything. But then Harvey, he wants to leave. and he feels like he died. He died in the garage, died in an alley. He's basically starting to lose his mind with all these possibilities. Should I stay or should I go? He starts singing it. Boy, I would have Billy D. Williams. This would have been great for him to act out, wouldn't it?
Sure. He's an underrated actor.
But we find out that Barbara has actually been good friends with Bruce. But then they're ready to. Looks like not. Oh, geez, they're pouring something in the pills. Oh boy! But Clang, what are you gawking at, pretty boy? Because he's been wanting to find a mirror. He could never find a mirror. Now that he sees himself, that's how he looks like without the bandages.
Give me the mirror. The mirror.
Yep. But yeah, he releases one of the birds while Bruce is looking like gala dedication ceremony at Winston Automotive. Winston lands major contract with cross-country transport. Wayne Motors acquires Winston Automotive in forced buyout. Oh, jeez. And then Drake shows up. If I may ask, Mr. Alfred, how many people live in here? Mr. Lane lives alone, sir. What about you? I live here as well. Must be crowded with the two of you banging into each other. All those Wayne ancestors on the wall. It's one of these Preston Wayne. That Wayne with the gentleman with the whiskers. He was Mr. Wayne's great grandfather. My gram used to talk about him. I understand he was in the automotive business. Only briefly, sir. He sold his company to a large Detroit firm. Said there was a little profit in it. My people said the same thing. And who's that? Mr. Young Bruce Wayne and Bruce and his parents. It's not finished. Finished. Mr. Wayne had asked the artist to come back when the azaleas were in bloom. But by then, she and Mrs. Wayne had asked. By then, and they had passed on. Sorry to hear about that. So they meet up, they talk it out, both calling each other out for lying to about what they had seen. And then he says, Catwoman did it. Catwoman did it. Oh man, you're killing me. Catwoman. I mean, I've heard some Lucas stuff in my time, but damn, Catwoman. Catwoman's an urban legend. We both know who did it, and we both know why you can't admit it. Soon, what did he pull out? He claims it's the battery acid. Same stuff that took off Mr. Dent's face. Hope it wouldn't come to this. The two start fighting, and then he tosses in his face. Relax, you're fine. It was just water, Batman. So, okay, he's a smart ass, but I don't like him figuring it out that way. I mean, I have a feeling Sam Hamm was trying to base it off of what they originally were going to do with Lois figuring out Superman in the Donner movies. I think he was trying to do his own way of doing it, and it falls flat hard.
Yeah,
a water. Yeah, I mean, a gun with a blank. Of course, Alfred, we don't tase our guests. Help Mr. Winston up, sir. It's okay, Mr. Alfred. He owed me one from the fire escape. The fire escape? When you caught the notorious diaper thief, remember? I remember. Are you the one who took on the cops last night at the march? Had to. You weren't gonna. Alfred, set another plate. Mr. Winston will be joining us for dinner. Oh, and then there's Selena. Basically talking to Barbara, claiming that she works on this company that installs keystroke loggers, helps out with the type of securities and everything. Kit Kat virus is what's going on. Oh, really? And then
that's the thing about the Byrne movies. They never they fully got rid of that 60s Batman kind of kish.
Yeah, they had to transition out of it because that was what people knew before 89.
Well, yeah. Oh, and I see you started out at Shrek Enterprise. So awful what happened to Mr. Shrek. I still think about it every day. Is there ever going to be an arrest? Hard to say. Batman, Oswald Cobblepot, lots of suspects, but no hard evidence. I would certainly appreciate if you keep me up to speed on, just to make sure that Catwoman's not being followed. But yeah, they soon meet up, find out about Harvey leaving, and then she's like, I'm sorry, Miss Kyle, it's official business. Oh, this is so 80s. Only in the 80s would a cop think, okay, I can leave my computer behind, no worries. Am I right?
Yeah, nowadays you'd be like, gotta get my laptop, my smartphone, my device, everything.
Yep. But we find out that Harvey's been going through files, knocks the cop out, makes his way down there. Up or down? Down. Perfect. Where are you? And where are you? Where are you taking me? They're after us now. We need a safe house, a base of operation. That's because you attacked the orderly, slugged the cop. It's your own fault, you sick freak. Hey, he's on running. Stop your whining. Would you rather be back in the hospital collecting get well cards? You see how they look at us? We don't fit in up there. We're subterranean now.
That face, I would not mind chasing after me.
We've been down here for an hour. Where the hell are we going? You know perfectly well. Or haven't you figured it out yet? 60,000 people in Burnside and no subway stops. People had to change buses twice to get to the train. And that was all supposed to change. My God, I know where we are. Yeah, the old crew had some pretty memorable parties down here back in the day before you grew up to be a professional ass kisser. Our new office. This station was supposed to connect to the stores, the big bean heart of the city. The station was our link to the future, till the money ran out and the future dried up. I remember. Okay, that's an interesting idea as well. They were planning on making this stuff, and then money ran out, and then, well, they had to take again everything they did to seal off Burnside from the rest of Gotham. I mean, that happens. That happens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But yeah, so now I will say this: where do you stand on this compared to how Dick Grayson found out in Batman Forever? In fact, what do you think about him compared to Chris O'Donnell's Dick Grayson? That's where it's harder.
I want to know. I've only watched Batman and Robin between the two.
It's closer to Tim Drake's origin, like how he became Robin.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you think this one works, or do you think you still prefer Chris O'Donnell's Robin?
Wow, that's like, do you want to punch in the gut or kick in the balls?
But yeah, it brings him down to the Batmobile, and yeah, so
go back.
Hey, you missed my favorite series.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yay! Cute. Okay.
Okay, now
Cassie.
now because that was the end of that, we're gonna have to
Oh yeah, you got to switch to the other thing.
Yeah, to the other thing.
You guys can go ahead. I got a shower. My butt's falling asleep.
Okay.
So
we're nearly done. We're nearly done.
Well, I got to get going.
All right.
Thanks for letting me join, guys. I'll see you all later.
Thanks for the voices.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime you want me to perform more voices, I'd be more than happy to do it.
Sweet.
Yep.
So that's all, folks.
Yeah.
That's all, folks. So
We'll see
hold
you-
on.
see you guys.
Two more issues left, and we can wrap this up.
We're actually past where I stopped reading. I think I stopped reading with issue 3 when there was a huge delay.
Oh my.
Yep.
We're
I mean, there was
dropping
like a
flies
ridiculous delay.
here.
What was the delay again? Let me see release dates on this.
I don't know, but oh look, they brought back the "Hell Here" sign.
Is that from year 1?
Yeah. What?
Aw, they didn't do a suit reveal? That's a bummer.
Is that from year 1?
What do you mean year 1?
Batman
here.
year 1.
No, that was from the Batman Returns.
Oh, I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah, did she smashes the hello there, and she smashes out the O and the T to say "Hell Here"?
Wow, okay.
But yeah, we see then Harvey's grabbed one of the guys, like, I don't know. I told you I don't know anything. I want my lawyer. Lawyer, please, Mr. Karp. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm not actually here in any official capacity as district attorney. Think of me as your prospective employer. Basically, he's trying to find out $31 million in armed money. What was going on? And we find out as this goes on. Turns out this was done fake. This was money that was supposed to be sent to donations. Turns out they've hired the Joker gang to take it, and so they can get their money back. Because it also doesn't include files and things that could prove it all. But because thanks to that, it's all in the GCPD lockup. So this was the whole idea of businesses that were using crooks to steal money back. Oh, I love this. Any questions? I've got a question. Who's your tailor? But yeah, Barbara is feeling like she just can't believe all this stuff is happening. And then one guy like, move it, punk. He says he loves you and he'll see you soon. Hey! We then see Gordon meets up with him. Of course not. I'm a cop, Dad. I would have reported it. I want him brought in. He needs help. He's crazy on painkillers. His face is probably a mess of secondary infections. Again, trying to give all these explanations of why he's losing his mind.
Joe Quinones just kills it on art, I think. Even if it's like design is wrong, but like It just looks gorgeous.
It does. But yeah, it's like, if you light that in here, Mom will reach from the grave and strangle you. There's no tobacco in it. It's just a security blanket. Did Harvey say anything about Lincoln's savings and loan? The files he stole from his office were stole. Last time I checked, he was still the duly addictive DA. Fair enough. I tried and convicted vigilante justice. That's how we do it in Gotham. No stop for the good in his heart or the suffering. He's Barbara. Everything you said about me was right. I chose expediency over principle. So basically, now Gordon's saying he was wrong for siding with Batman. I don't like that. Do you? Hello?
Which you?
Any of you? Any of you? Any
We're
of
being
you?
obedient, Robert. Call to one of us.
Any of you? Any of you? In general.
It's reached hot mess territory, and I admit I'm sort of like I'm still thrown that we didn't get a Burton-esque suit reveal on
Right.
Two-Face, because that is actually the first Tim Burton looking costume in the whole thing, and it's just kind of there.
If you
Like
notice,
there should have been a big,
if you look
reveal
carefully, it's
on
stitched
that.
together. It's two suits stitched together.
Yeah, like
I hear what you're saying with that.
Yeah, Burton would have done that. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fun. I think because they were going for the face reveal we saw at the beginning was the Burton-esque face reveal.
I think also there's kind of I think it feels a little padded. I don't know. It feels
It
like they
does
don't
a
have
little.
quite enough story for the 6 issues.
There's not enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough Two-Face for a Batman film because the villains always drive the plot.
Right. It feels like Robin's getting more of the bulk of it.
Well, it's trying to do too many things. I mean, it's more of a Schumacher movie where you need all these characters to sell toys.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we know that these things were both ideas that Burton wanted to play with, but hopefully someone in the execs would have said, you got to pick one. But the editors didn't have the guts to tell Ham, you got to pick one.
Well, I think it's because actually the artist has been the one pushing this book for a while. In fact,
Really?
Marjay Lay was going to be the writer until her schedule couldn't allow it, and so then they went with Sam Ham.
Okay, so I'm not just imagining the fact that this seems to meander a whole lot. That's the thing that's actually happening. It's just like, wait, what? It's not
Yeah,
just my ADHD this time? It really is written that way?
See, I would have done with Drake, with what they did with Harvey Dent in the first movie. Have him be there, but don't make him a costume character yet. So he's there. He's going to become Robin.
Well, yeah,
but
I
it's
think
a
that's the
setup,
problem.
right?
That's the problem, though, because they never properly set up anything with Harvey being Two-Face. They had to shove it in here.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just two villains in this. It's Catwoman, it's Robin, it's Two-Face. It's like it's
just like
much.
it's all over the place. It's really hard to follow.
Yeah, and it's just sort of like, do I care? Not really. I'm waiting for the Tim Burton stripes and big, like there's no big set pieces. There's none of we should have had a giant rubber ducky or something by this point, right? A really fun.
Well, we have the giant penny. We have the giant penny, but that's already a Batman established.
Yeah, but like the Party Man scene in '89, or the really cool Catwoman scene where she like whips the head off the mannequins. That's what's missing at this point in the whole thing.
Yep, but we see Harvey's now attacking because he wants to go into the evidence room. Gordon is there trying to help things out. Batman, they make it back down there saying, it is. I think that's for you. Like, yeah, bad sign. Alfred, we may need the cycle. I thought you said the cycle wasn't ready. Let me translate that. You're not ready. I don't know what's going on here, and I don't want to get you killed. Alfred, we need the cycle. Okay. Marlon Wayne's, that would have been, I think that's what they were writing it for, because that's so what he would have done.
Yeah, I mean, this is a da-da-da-da-da moment. Like, this is where we need Danny Elfman music to make it work, right? Because the soundtrack on the Burton films distracts you from how little is actually going on.
Right, but he swings down, brings
That's
Gordon.
A nice page.
Yeah, it is. He brings Gordon down. All of a sudden, it's leading to a shootout. He shoots Harvey, and everything. Enough, darling. Grab your gear and Harvey Dent. Drop your weapon, Harvey. It's not going to happen on my watch. And now here's where he takes out the batarang, throws at Batman just as he was about to shoot a thing to knock him out, and it gets Gordon instead. Somehow I knew this gadget would come in handy. Now listen closely, Batman. We're going to back out quietly. We're taking our loot, and we're taking Gordon. Bullock is dying. If you make any move to follow us, Gordon dies. Either way, it's fine with me. It's your call. Want to toss a coin? So he brings Gordon and Bullock out. And then Robin shows up to help get him out, and we get an Akira moment.
Okay, that cape is even stupider on a motorcycle.
It is.
That's so dangerous.
Yep, they get out there. They're still building, and all of a sudden, a whole bunch of money's been sent out. That was the money they took back. That was from the place being just donated to people. We then see he's constantly flipping the coin. Naughty or nice? Nice. Naughty or nice? How much have you given out today? About 900 grand. This is the best bottle of wine I've ever drank. The Salmoner told me it was perfect with the day of falafel and canned beans. And Harvey, maybe you should just do it now. Do what now? Kill me. We both know you'll have to sooner or later. I wanted to, Jim, but the coin said to let you live. So I flipped it again. Same result. And I asked myself why. Do you know what was in those armored vans besides 31 million? Documents under federal subpoena. Documents tying Lincoln's savings and loans to, oh, for God's sakes, Jim, that was 78 domain dujage. Sorry, Harvey. I do appreciate it. He's being a smartass. Now, this would have been the most we've ever got of Gordon, but I cannot see that old actor doing any of this.
But they de-aged him for this comic.
Yeah.
They did. They would have had to recasted him. But yeah, look at it, all the leaky lines, ink. Turned out her own place that she's been working from. All the while, then they're following like it's Dent. All right, he's coming out of I think it's a florist shop. He's heading over to meet up with Barbara.
This isn't the Catwoman from the Burton films. They're trying to pull her into more, I don't know, something more comic booky.
I think so.
Yeah, they don't have any of that metaphysical quality.
I think this is what Sam wanted to do with her before the writers came in and rewrote it all.
But the thing that made her so cool is how fucking nuts she is by the end, right?
But yeah, we see Barbara does care for him, but she's still waiting to arrest him still. But he flips a coin, and basically, Barbara, we both know there's no version of reality in which you pull that trigger. What was that?
That's a cool page.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then she shows up.
Is great.
Yep.
That's what bugs me about the costume. It looks too much like Mystique's belt from X-Men.
Or Raven.
You know what? That's exactly it. You just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. What is that, and why does she have purple butt still? I mean, if there's
it's the lighting.
No, they showed that before that she's got purple panels in it, and no woman puts color on your upper thigh.
Right.
No one.
But here's the scene then. Gordon starts taunting him until this is where everything's starting to really go all over the place. But yeah, he taunts him until finally he gets shot. Yes, Harvey, thank you. You've done me a big favor. She loves you. She'd forgive you anything. Find an excuse for what you've done, but she'll never forgive you for this. You fool! The coin said to let him live. Shut up! It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Dent, it matters to me. And yes, Gordon is killed here.
What?
They killed off Gordon.
He is dead.
Okay.
Oh, now this is my favorite cover. This is a movie poster, isn't it?
That's nice.
Is it Quinones? It looks differently rendered.
Yeah, that's Quinones though. That's still Quinones.
I mean, that's a Star Wars poster.
How many of you are there? Oh, billions and all timelines up. I mean, right now, just the two. Stuck in one body, constantly bickering. We would have killed each other unless we learned to coexist. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Oh, very nice and educated thug. Really, it was your late boss here he's not my boss, who gave us the inspiration, a good enough man. I liked him. surrounded by evil, but dedicated to a rule of law that only one side respected. We've always known that good is weak, constrained by its own nature, helpless against an enemy without a conscience. This makes no sense. We go from Batman there to this. Harvey, it's over now. I want to help you. You've helped me enough. Do you know what's in this briefcase? More power than I ever dreamed of having. And I'm an ambitious man. None of this would have happened if you hadn't broken up that heist. So thank you, Batman. I can't serve in heaven, but I can rule in hell. Then stop. Gah! Hate to kiss this place goodbye. I liked it here. Where's the detonator? Boom! A bunch of money's blowing all over the place, and then he called us
Drake
art.
looks like Cobra Commando.
He does. Eyes so familiar. Oh my lord. Can't be. And he takes a camera of him, so now he has Bruce in his pocket.
Oh, I see. He's got half his face. Two-Face has half his face. I get it.
This is not good. Oh man, he's still breathing. Pulse okay. We got to get him to no hospitals. We'll take him home to Alfred. You know him? You know who he is? Of course I do. And I know who you are, Drake. The car, the motorcycle, the gadgets. He's got you all figured out, hasn't he? Hey, I get it. He's got to keep me close till he figures out if I'm a threat or not. And are you? Up to him. Does make you wonder. Mr. Dent's been spraying that stolen money all over Burnside, the people who need it. And if this Lincoln savings crowd is half as bad as you say they are, I see your point. Why is Harvey any different from you or me or Bruce? Well, he's crazier and he gets better results. Oh my God, I've never been down here before. Miss Kyle, what a pleasure to see you. Will you be taking the cat back? Oh boy, even Alfred's coming up a little dumb. Like, am I dreaming? No, you died and went to heaven. If heaven feels like this, hell's worse. No painkillers. 3 cracked ribs, dislocated ankle, a few bad sprains. You'd be out of action for. What's in the briefcase, Selena? Back to work already. Well, you remember that heist you broke up? 2 armored cars, 31 million from Lincoln Savings and Loan. That robbery was planned and executed by Lincoln Savings and Loan. They didn't care about the money. They had some paperwork that had to vanish in a hurry. For years now, they've been running federal aid funds through a string of mopped-up front companies, which leaves pennies for improving the city and millions in kickbacks for politicians who greased the deal. Then you came along and boom, suddenly the incriminating documents are sitting in the police evidence room. Just imagine the level of panic. How high does this go? As long as Harvey has that briefcase, he owns 1 governor, 1 senator, 1 mayor, 1 brand new police commissioner, and I'd say 1 out. And I left 1 out. Harvey saw your face in the tunnel. He owns Bruce Wayne. I told you, the 2 of us would run the city if we could get our hands on that briefcase. Maybe you should have hooked up with Harvey. Not funny, Bruce. I've been thinking about this for months. About us. Yeah, I thought about us every day. That's a laugh. A whole year went by. You didn't know whether I was alive or dead. I looked. What?
This is not her.
It's not.
No, this is bad.
Look, I
boy.
I didn't find you. I figured maybe you were dead. Then I realized as long as I didn't know for sure, there was a 50-50 chance you were still alive. That's when I stopped looking.
She saved a life for next Christmas. He knew she was alive.
That's true. So, and Selena, do you ever want to be normal? And of course they find out Gordon's dead and everything. God, I have to call Barbara. Can't put it off. Barbara, I'm sorry. I can't be there. I'm in Zurich. He was very kind to me once. He was a good man. There's more, and we see Harvey's ready to do his own thing. Shoots the one guy, and then we see him meet up with Jerome, and yeah, basically he finds out like I figured you were spreading stolen money all over Burnside. Most folks are so bad off they don't care where it comes from. That money was stolen from the people. I just stole it back. I'm damn Robin Hood. There were snipers at that station you robbed. They fired on a crowd of people that were marching for you. It was necessary. I've got real power now. I can change the city, make it better. For a while there, I thought you had started to care about all the folks you left behind. That's me, old and naive. Look at me, Jerome. Can't you see what I've been through? My skin burns. It festers. It reeks. It hurts to talk. Hurts to smile. Hurts to breathe. Handsome set man in Burnside. The young girls used to swoon when you smiled at them. That face would have carried you anywhere. But you know the old joke about time. Sooner or later, you get the face you deserve. Now, excuse me, I have a phone call to make. Like, no, we can just walk away. We don't have to do this. Of course we do. Put me through to. Now, I think this would have been a Burton thing for him to do. The handing of the split,
Yeah,
diversion.
we should have gotten the first coin toss at a midpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this whole idea of the split timeline, this would have been a Burton thing to do. And here's what I think he would have done. He would have set it up where you see one half of the set in one way and the other half perfectly there, but it would have been one set.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what he would have done, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting idea, but it's you need a rule of 3 for this, and this is the second one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so of course he starts fighting Harvey. Everyone starts grabbing him for a moment, because they don't know what's going on. He gets out there, and then this leads to the dumbest jump. Mr. Dent just called, requesting an audience. Said he would be here in 20 minutes. I'll be ready. And Alfred, don't interfere. I've got to play this one just right. Next thing you know, he's right there in the back cave.
That's odd.
Hey, Mr. Bruce Wayne, you look like hell. Right back at you, Harvey. Nice little cave you got here. Shame if anything happened to it. Question, Harvey. Could I see the magic coin? The one that changes destiny? Why not? Since you work for me now. Bodyguard, enforcer, hitman, light housekeeping. By the way, your low-budget psychic is in a holding cell. They say he shot Mr. Otis. And maybe he'll beat that rap, but if they tie him to that dust-up with the riot cops, he goes straight to the pen. So do you, if the cop sees this, and if I happen to predicate you for any reason, believe me, they will. Are you feeling a little more cooperative? I'm never going to be your torpedo, Harvey. I'll come after you. You'll have to kill me, if you can. Right now, it's the best chance you'll ever get. If you insist. But wait, here's the other side of the coin. The way it could have happened. You were working with Batman all along to take down the mobs and dirty politicians. They burned your face when you got too close, but you never gave up. First off, we fixed your face, get you healthy. Meanwhile, I'm off rounding up the bad guys. A few months in therapy straying out, and you come home a hero. By then, I've retired. Every dime I have is at your disposal. Together, we clean up the city the right way. No, I've gone too far. I can't go back. Let the coin decide. Come on, Harvey. Be the guy you always were meant to be. Shink! What the? Selena! Liar! Cheat! Gah! Help me. Gonna fall. Hold on, Harvey. I'm coming. Selena, there's a cable. And then we see two splits. Him shooting at goodbye. Thanks for anything. Cracked ribs. Can't pull you up. Hold on. The cable's coming. Here. Bruce. Oh my. Here, kitty. Blam. Here's the hook on the end. Grab it. Get onto your belt. And somehow, now this I don't get. How did it go from there to his hand? Unless no, wait. That's what could have happened. That's what actually happened. He could have caught it, but instead it got his hand. It's okay. We won. I see it like it all lit up before me. The past to the future, every choice we have to make, and it's beautiful. We were old men, Bruce. We're friends, and we made a difference. The people's lives are better, happier. And Barbara, she forgives me. They're two Gothams. They're one now. It was all worth it. They don't need us anymore. I'm almost there. We can finally let go. How could you? Why did you come here? How did you get in? I think you mean to say thank you. He was a maniac. He would have killed you. If the coin had, don't you get it? I rigged the game. I palmed this coin, gave him back a fake two-headed head, both clean. I win the toss either way. There was no reason for him to die. You and your Messiah complex. He was broken, Bruce. Too far gone for you to save. I thought I could save him. I thought I could save you. You thought what? We're not the same, Selena. As much as I hoped, we're not. We're not the same. I'm not a killer. Bullshit!
Yeah, you were in 89.
No, you're a pretty little rich boy arrested at age 8 or whatever it was. And if you ever had to earn a living, feed a family like everyone else, Batman wouldn't exist. I have been chasing those stolen documents for months. But silly me, I thought saving your life was more important. Maybe I should have hooked up with Harvey. Maybe. Oh my God. Look, Bruce, look what you did. You gave him his own coin back. No, that's not possible. Goodbye forever, Bruce. Miss Kyle wants her cat back. You can keep the collar. And we find out she put a mic on there, so she's been following everything the past year. Now that is a good twist, I will say.
Yeah, but they've trashed the relationship.
Yep. And yeah, give them a bike saying, and then that girl, Nisa Burrows, I saw it, I told you. We were setting up her with a $10 million trust fund. That's just it, Mr. Wayne. She's got nobody. All that money, she'll have relatives, friends, neighbors coming out of the woodwork. They'll look at her and see a dollar sign. You must know what that's like. What do you propose? My sister lives upstate. Basically offers to send it to her sister and everything to take care of them. He goes out, is like, I'm thinking Avenging Eagle. The Avenging Eagle? It's not Fio. I'm still deciding. We didn't find out that Selena had sent the information to Barbara in coin the stuff about Bruce, setting everything up, taking a bunch of Bruce's money before heading out. We see Bruce then having a dream of him with someone. We never know who this is, but just him having a good life. And that he adopted Nisha. Like, sir, what? You asked me to wake you up at midnight. Yes, thank you, Alfred. Will you be going out, sir? Actually, I haven't decided yet. And that's the end. And I'd say that was good up to a point, and then it fell apart.
Yeah, I feel like they could have cut out half of that and it would have been a much better story. Keep it a
Agreed.
lot more slick and concise. There were points where I was just struggling to stay attention, to keep paying attention to it.
You needed other writers. This was Sam Ham's first draft, and you would have had other writers come in to trim it down like they've done in the other movies.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the two Gothams thing, yeah, but that should have been
the main focus.
Yeah, that should have been the main focus, and
now,
it's
now the
it's
racial
like,
tension was good for the first chunk. Then it fell off, and then they dropped it. Then they dropped it.
And I mean, we know that there wasn't racial harmony in the mid '90s, so that Two-Face ending just made no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just that was. I mean, the beats were there, but I mean, they just. It's like the guy didn't see the theatrical cut of Batman Returns. It was just not Michelle Pfeiffer's take on that character at all.
I agree. And I think this is a case where he went where he wanted with the character. And I'm pretty sure I never read Sandman's original script, but I think this was the version he was going for initially. And then it was the other writers who changed it.
Well, it's like Geralt of Rivia in the books. He talks too damn much. Keaton did a lot with very little dialogue in the movies. And I mean, yes, he talked more as Bruce Wayne. And yes, I keep reminding myself there was a lot of Bruce Wayne. Actually, there wasn't a lot of anything Batman in the first movie. It was the Joker show.
Yeah.
And I think that was part of it, is that Two-Face was not dominant enough. At the end of the day, Drake,
I did not care for Drake at all.
Yeah, wasn't really useful.
Yeah, by the end, it felt like he was there for he was more there for the politics than Two-Face. If you had taken him out entirely, I think the stuff here, this would have been worthy for Billy D. Williams to play, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they could have. I still think they should have done it like Miles Morales in the Marvel Spider-Man game. He's there, but he's not. I mean, he doesn't become Miles Morales Spider-Man until like the very end of the first game. And
even then, he's not even really him until the spinoff.
Right. And so they could have had it that, Two-Face thought he solved the problem, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And,
now Gordon's death, I hated.
It was pointless.
Now, of course, we're never going to have a Batgirl in here because there's no way in hell Barbara would ever want to do anything with Batman.
But what if you had a Clue Master plot for the fourth?
You can have Stephanie. I get it. Now, again, this does feel like, though, this could have been the end of a trilogy, if you ask me, the way things went.
I think there's a kernel of an ending. I don't think the execution is what we'd want to see.
Oh,
yeah.
The execution left a lot to be desired. Like, it was a neat idea, but it just kind of fell apart.
Yep. So, how would you rate? Okay, I should have asked this, and we were done with the other ones. How did you rate Superman 78? Artwork and writing wise, out of 10.
Out of 10. Like a 8.5 out of 10 for both.
I'd have to agree with that one. Very good.
What about you,
Yeah,
Leon? This is
very
for
well.
Superman. This is for Superman.
I thought the art was I'd come on an 8.5, but that's because I'd give the art a 9 and the story a 7.
Yep. And
fair.
now for for this one, for Batman 89, again, artwork and story.
Artwork, I'm gonna go 8. It's not right for Burton, but it's gorgeous on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, art's a solid 6 because it's not Burton.
And what about story? Story, I give a 5.
Ugh.
Ironically.
Story's a 3.
Story idea is like a 6, but the execution is like a 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with the crowd on this one. It's just like,
yeah. The ideas, and again, the stuff with Two-Face, I think, was the best part. What little we
they could
had.
have trimmed the fat and gone with that, and it would have been so much better.
Even Barbara wasn't bad.
Yeah, but did you need her? Not really.
Not really, though, of course. And having it be Barbara was the annoying part. And again, Gordon here, why'd they have to kill him? I mean, this whole idea of the tension building up and someone had to get the blame. I get it.
You know what's weird is there was just too much orange for me in the
I did
art.
notice
Where
that.
was any orange in the first 2
None.
movies? No, it all skewed that.
At least they didn't have him be Dick Grayson. I will say that. At least they knew he's going to be a black character. He's going to be completely different. Let's make him be someone. Now, they should call him Duke Thomas, if you ask me, if they wanted to go there.
A black character named Drake. I mean,
They should have gone with Duke. They should have gone with Duke, if you ask me.
You couldn't have gone with the Fox family, like something established in Batman instead of
like
the
I said, Duke Thomas, if you
poo
wanna-
race swap name. I mean,
Like I said, though, you would have Burnside. Why can they bring Duke Thomas?
yeah, there were a lot of other ways they could have gone with not Robin.
Unless this was the name they wanted back in the 90s, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Was Tim Drake
I mean, Tim was
around
big in
then?
the comics back then, so they might have.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
The timeline is really messing with me because it's called 89, but it's actually 93. Like
It would've been 93.
Yeah, ish.
I mean, again, I still say the stuff building up, the racial tension and stuff, there was good ideas in that.
See, the thing about that is if you decide to tackle that, you must stick the landing. It's either amazing or it's terrible. There's no in between.
The takeoff, the jump off, and the in flight was good. The landing is where it just fumbles bad because they dropped it. They already dropped it by the end.
It felt like an ally book, instead of something that said something authentic about that whole thing. And I don't know, it was borderline uncomfortable in places for me how hard it was trying.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, do we want Gotham has enough problems? Has there been kind of sort of, because in the original movie I recall there's like the rich and the poor, or I might be remembering another movie. Gotham is class warfare. They've really never done the whole race thing that way. It's class. And so yes, 2 Gothams,
good point.
That's an existing thing, and it's all about money and Bruce Wayne's inability to connect. And I mean, yes, of course.
Aside from losing his parents, which they made that point of.
But that, I mean, many stories have shown that losing your parents is not losing your parents rich and losing your parents poor, not the same thing.
Oh yeah, agreed. That's something that even Selena, I think, called him out. I know. Yeah.
But I mean, the cliffhanger they left the Batman Catwoman relationship in Batman Returns was so specific, and it's like they just dumped that all out because he would have been stung, right? Because she rejected him.
Yep. Now, I get to a degree what Sam was going for. He was trying to go for the idea of Bruce had shown he would not look into the businesses. Selena would, because she had.
Right, but I'm talking the emotional connection between
Oh,
them.
yeah. Oh, no.
You
That's, yeah. And,
know,
and especially that one scene where they're on the rooftop, similar, but he's talking about going to Mexico and all that. I'm like, what?
yeah, he was going to chuck it all for her, and she said no. You know, her showing up, he's going to try to not be rattled, but he's going to be rattled. And there was none of that. And if you want to have, you know, if you want to do duality, that was a great way to do it in Bruce Wayne that they missed.
Yeah. Now, Ian, where do you stand about a similar thing?
Back up a bit.
No, talk about Selena, how they handled Selena and Bruce in this.
I think I appreciate it more than the way they handled it in the actual movies, where they just write her off like they do with every love interest for Bruce in that series.
Well, didn't she not want to come back?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody came back.
Yeah.
Alfred, didn't he? I think Alfred came back for the other two, but
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Nobody came back because Burton left.
Right.
But I mean, okay,
yeah.
imagine how it should have ended. Okay, you've got the two timelines, right? The Gordon death scene. Because what do we know about Selena Kyle? She's got one life left, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if it's set up that it's she dies or Gordon dies, flip the coin.
That would have worked. Again, if they didn't have the Drake stuff, I think they could have done that. They were just so
really does
desperate
have
to
that.
say we want to have Black Robin, because everyone knows about Black Robin.
It really does feel like that Schumacher Batman thing, just too many things.
No, but I would say though, this was a much, much, much better Two-Face.
See, you could have done the Black Robin, but just have him at the end. You could have had him in costume, backlit from the moon, the way Catwoman was at the end of Batman Returns. And you still had Black Robin, but it's the whole thing of no, Dent at the end of the day was delusional. No, you can't fix racial and economic inequality with a couple of coin flips and Robin Hood money.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake, name I still don't like, should have, he should have been fighting the other way. He should have been the advocate of systemic change. No, you have to change minds. You have to teach skills. You have to teach that kind of stuff. And Harvey Dent's no, quick fix. I know, because he's out of touch. So Dent falls, Robin rises, right?
That would have
felt,
worked. That could have worked more. Instead of having it be Robin should not have been there from the beginning.
And there wasn't a
That's the problem.
majesty. I mean, when you think about the Joker's death in the '89 film and the Penguin's death with the little funeral penguins,
I do think that the Two-Face's death here was interesting because you see him having his own two visions. He climbs up, shoots Bruce. He's about to grab on. Instead, gets him in the hand. Like, basically, we're seeing the different realities, the different possibilities completely collapsing in on itself.
Yeah, that part was really interesting. It's just everything else surrounding the point of reaching that point is just.
Especially the fact that he's like, oh, Two-Face's call. Boom, he's there in the Batcave. What?
I mean, it should have started with the metaphor of the two Gothams and Harvey Dent sort of looking at that, schematics for the train tunnels or something like that. And every book should have had a moment of that duality. And it
exactly.
It was.
You could have used Gordon and Barbara representing things too.
I mean, the one thing that's weird, films tend to be written in 5-act structure, sometimes 3-act structure, and it was 6 books.
Yep.
So that alone ends up being weird in the pacing, and you did feel the sag in book 3 and book 4.
Yeah,
I guess they were like, it needs to be 6 because the trade paperback. But if you're gonna do, you can do 6 acts. You can. Anime does it all the time. You just have to have some sort of runner so that structurally it's not a hot mess. And does anybody really need to see Catwoman in a freaking Technicolor power suit and the Catwoman mask, that's the 66 Batman. That is not Burton's Batman. He didn't.
Yeah.
Selina and Catwoman were completely different personalities.
Definitely.
And
Except until towards the end where they were clashing.
Well, at the end, like that's the thing. At the end, Catwoman wins, right? Selina's gone. It's just Catwoman. So why?
I'm talking about at the party. At the party.
Oh yeah, at the party, right?
That was one of the cases where Michelle Pfeiffer really captured insanity.
Oh, they both overcame such a garbage ass script in that movie that was sort of the amazing thing to me. I every time I watch it, it's like this sucks so bad, but they are so good, and there's something about that that's just magic. And I think that that's what this had to be. This sucks so bad, but it's good, and that's a high wire act, and it is really difficult.
Sam Hamm, let's be honest, his writing in the other movies were not the greatest at all.
That's being kind.
And that's what I'm saying.
Really bad.
You needed him to do it. You needed a co-writer on this, and Sam would never have agreed to it if he had a co-writer.
It's just strange that he didn't seem to understand the set pieces that Tim Burton's known for, right?
I think he was relying on the artists to do that, and I don't think the artists had good ideas, but
that's not how comics work, though.
No, that's not how comics work. Well, DC is more writer driven, than Marvel is.
I just wonder what would happen if we actually had. I wonder what would happen if we had. It was Katie Leigh who was going to originally write it.
I think it would have been better if it was somebody who was coming in it sort of as a student, sort of the way Superman 78, it knew what it was an homage, right? The 66 Batman comic was an homage. The 89 Batman felt like, I'm going to do what I always wanted to do, and that asshole Tim Burton wouldn't let me.
Yeah. 89 Batman is a failed pitch. Superman 78 is a pastiche.
Yes, that's well said. It's a pastiche.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, if Katie Leigh had actually written like she was supposed to.
Who is that?
She's done stuff like the Adventure Time comics, the Edward Scissorhands sequel comic.
Oh, she would have been perfect. I mean, Catwoman would have been much better written, and
Patsy
I guarantee
Walker, aka Hellcat, she did that.
Yeah, I guarantee you they would not have put her in that costume. No, I'm telling you, no
this was
woman.
originally planned in 2016. This was originally planned in 2016, but DC gave the green light in 2020. She had to drop out to other commitments, so they gave it to Sam Hamm.
Yeah, no woman puts a color pop on that part of the thigh. Above fine, below fine, but not there.
Right, but again, I think the thing is, this is why it worked with Vendetti. He is a fan, but he knew how to look at it as a comic writer and not be.
Yeah.
Whereas Sam Hamm, he's been mostly a Hollywood writer who wrote a comic here and there.
Yeah.
And he had too much of the baggage. He had way too much of the baggage of, this was my ideas.
Yeah, and okay, they're your ideas, but there's ego in going, I'm going to do it all in one shot, instead of, a big part of being a good writer is killing your darlings. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, again, killing off Gordon, again, I still have issues with that.
That was just the shock thing that DC loves to do. I don't blame him for that. I think somebody was like, "Oh, kill DC quick! We need an idea. Let's kill a character and then say they're going to be back in the same book."
I don't think that was DC's idea, though. I think that was his idea.
Who was the editor on this book?
Yeah, that's
the editor.
Question.
I don't have him on me right now. Hold on, let me look. It was Andrew Marino for Batman.
Okay, Andrew Marino is a pretty decent editor. He's pretty junior, though, so my guess is he let Sam run the show.
Yeah, I concur. Yeah. No, it just, I don't know. There felt like there was a lot of ego in that book.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And again,
like I said, it's a failed studio pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, here's what he should have also done. He should have sat down and realized if I can make this work out for this first, I'm only have one shot. I'm going to toss everything. He didn't think like he could have ended up like Vendetti. If he did it well, he could have had a setup for another mini. But instead, I've never heard anything about this getting a follow up, and I don't think it's going to get a follow up.
Well, and first rule of superheroes, you'd rather be Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War than, Rey in Star Wars, right? If you're going to be a new character, especially if you're a legacy character, some sort of swap, you want a couple moments that are awesome as opposed to 10 scenes where you overstay your welcome.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Like, why should I have any reason to appreciate you being around? You kind of have to earn your keep in that case.
Yeah, I mean...
So here's the thing I would ask. I mean, you just came up with a good way of talking about how you would, and this could have gone. We could have opened up utilizing that, the train station. That was perfect for one.
Yes, the train station, it's the two paths diverge in a wood, the Yeats poem. Yeah.
Exactly. And again, this whole idea about the quantum mechanics, again, clever idea, because that's one way of looking at it with Two-Face. This whole idea of like flip a Schrodinger's cat turned up to 11.
Yeah, it's like I liked that idea a lot. It's just the actual execution was terrible. It's just like, why? It's the curse of good ideas but bad execution. It's just like, why would you put this good idea out into the universe and then do it that badly? I feel like I've been cheated.
Yeah, too many ideas.
Yeah, we didn't need Selena. We didn't need Selena at all. Again, that feels like something Sam Hamm would have wanted. Just wanted to do. Again, if they just focused on Two-Face, you could have maybe done the stuff with Drake and built up to it instead. That would have been fine. But no Selena. Selena, you could have had Drake be there, or better yet, Selena could have been there in the shadows.
See, I would have used Selena more like a classic femme fatale, where she shows up, messes with his head, ducks out again. Because again, if we're doing the duality and you want, because the classic Batman comic book stories are always the villain reflects something going on, inner turmoil in Bruce Wayne. Because Bruce Wayne's rich and therefore a narcissist. People hate it when I dunk on Batman, which is why I enjoy doing it. But the telegraphing where I'm going. Yeah, but if you want to do duality, great, but that has got to be your central structure, right?
Yeah,
that has got to be the thing it's got to be what informs every decision.
Yeah, I mean, at least with the Superman one, they at least had a main plot, which was you basically have it be that Brainiac is much like Superman, but he went the dark path.
Well, and Brainiac is I think, the best Superman villain, just because Brainiac can pose a threat to Superman in a way that none of the other characters really can.
Yeah.
And there's also just such a huge thematic connection to Superman being Last Son, Civilization Preserver. Like, there's so much that Venditti plays with in that comic.
Yeah. Yeah. There's and just the, the art, you felt like you were watching Superman 1 or Superman 2.
Yes.
That
with Lex Luthor and everything. And yet at the same time, I think that's the other thing though is Venditti written saying, I'm writing in between 2 and 3. Clearly he was. Whereas Sam Hamm's like, I'm ignoring everything, which he had to for Two-Face. He had to.
And I mean, I don't think anyone's really going to hold him to paying attention to Schumacher, even though I think Batman Forever is an underrated film.
Oh, I think it is as well. But at the same time, I do think, again, Two-Face was the worst part of it. Unfortunately, because of
Tommy Lee Jones was so above it.
He just wasn't giving it a fair shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I
guess basically Tommy Lee Jones probably would have done so much better if Jim Carrey wasn't on board and he felt intimidated by him.
But at least Carrey was trying. Like,
I
don't know why you needed both villains, honestly.
toys.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You could have cut this up.
There's only
from a storytelling perspective.
3 times where Tommy Lee Jones was great. That beginning part before he went luck, be like, oh, the big question, why? That whole bit at the beginning. Then at that point, at the very end, when Batman says, "You're always two minds of everything," you're very right. Thank you, Bruce. You've always been a good friend. And then in the middle, when that one bit where it's like, he tells him after Riddler tells him his plans, like, you invade these sanctity of our lair. You did this and that, but you gave us a great possibility and proposal. So we let the coin aside. Heads, we go along with it, and tails, we blow your goddamn head off.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 scenes where he felt like he got him. Otherwise, he felt like he was just trying to ape Jim Carrey or ape Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of the Schumacher films. And I did think that the comics were borrowing some of the and some people absolutely love the color of the Schumacher films. And okay, I mean that's a personal preference thing, right? That's not a right or wrong. It's just these aren't the Schumacher films. They're the Burton films. And it just lacked voice. I mean, in the Superman 78 comic, even the 66 comic, I mean, we were doing the voices, so it was really punched up, but we could do the voices so easily because yes, you heard the characters in your head.
José Luis Garcia-Lopez, praise be his name. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean it was clearly loving, whereas there was something of a bitterness in the 89 Batman book of I'm going to show you, I'm going to do all the things, it's like what was really the purpose?
Sam Hamm's only done one other comic, and that was when they decided that storyline that was around Batman after Batman 400. No. What was there was that one story arc he did where that kind of turned Gotham into being more like the Gothic City.
Yeah, just the first 2 books were very much for the fans. And let's face it, writing a good Superman story is harder than that book made it look. Right? Especially the Reeves Superman, because they only had so many action sequences. It's not like modern Superman where 35 minutes have passed. Quick, have him punch something. That's what it should be. But they didn't do any of the cheesy him floating up and looking over the earth as the cape is billowing because they couldn't do that back then. Those were stories for the fans. The Batman 89 book was working shit out.
Batman Blind Justice is the story arc that he had done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
one?
just working. Yeah, but that was working some shit out. And I think also because there were pre-existing ideas that, I mean, the lore around the 89 Batman film is interesting because so much was riding on it.
I just looked on the Batman wiki. Here are the similarities between Sam Hamm's script and the final script for Batman Returns. Batman's setting in Snowfall. Batman's framed for murder, and a swarm of bats attack Chris Coppers. Transforming cape is used after being menaced by Catwoman. The Batmobile is chased by squad police and plows through the cars in the road. And a swarm of bats attack Penguin in the finale. Here are the differences. Dick Grayson and Vicky Vale were major characters. Commissioner Gordon plays a larger role and has dialogue Wayne. We've had an Eddie Bullock. The only one refers to the Penguin is referred to as Mr. Boniface. Penguin isn't a sewer-dwelling monstrosity, but prefers cold temperatures. He doesn't hijack the Batmobile or betray Catwoman. Selina Kyle is a curator for a museum and is an established strong as Batman, able to lift him off the ground and easily defeat him in combat, uses firearms and kills often without hesitation, carries a knapsack using low-tech grappling hook. Her cowl is made as a modified bondage mask, and her weaponized spike heels on her boots. Batman's cowl is described as helmet-like, fastened by the Velcro-like seam. And the Gotham Square is shown rather than Gotham Plaza. The final battle takes place in Wayne Manor in the Batcave.
Wow, that would have been shit.
He would have had a Raven Society.
Lord Almighty.
That Catwoman. Well, that explains why she's a completely different character. He probably, yeah, it's his original.
Okay, and it says here's
version.
the thing. The plot revolves around stealing buried treasure from the Raven Society and finding 5 Raven statues that belong to wealthy families in Gotham, including the Waynes. The Penguin is a established criminal in prison who hired a woman to steal them. Gina Worthington hated it.
Yeah, I mean, the
There's been a
thing
mob
about
boss
Burton's
in
Batman films that are
in
sort of. Oh, sorry, I'm getting some lag here.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me? Are we recovered?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, the thing that was interesting about the Burton Batman films is even though they were action movies. Oh, huge lag.
No, it's all right. We still hear you. We still hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Big time lag. Let me try again.
Leave and come back. Leave and come back.
Restream does not want me to make this point. Are we okay?
Just leave and come back for a second.
I think we're okay now.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing Burton did, and Burton loves character studies. That's why Edward Scissorhands, Alice in Wonderland, all of his most beloved movies, they're character studies. They're all, here's a story where everything tells us something about the main character. And first
I mean, you have Big Fish. That's one of my favorite movies he's
Big
ever
Fish,
done.
yeah. Big Fish is another one.
I remember reviewing that.
Yeah, we saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's because Tim Burton loves Alice in Wonderland, and Alice in Wonderland is one of the most famous character studies in all of literature. So the first 2 Batman films are essentially character studies, sort of the Joker, of Batman, then of Catwoman, of Penguin, of Batman. They're movies that sort of detail who these people are, and that's why they could get away with being slow by modern superhero movie standards. I think that structure was also missing from the comic, but that's because Tim Burton clearly took it apart and rewrote it again.
Well, he had one of his writers come do it, but yeah.
Yeah. He clearly is like, okay, great, I'm gonna do it.
Again, I think this was Sam Hamill. I feel like I have no one to get in my way, no director, no other writers to rework my stuff, and he doesn't realize that his stuff is not that good on its own.
Yeah, it's just that you gotta have a certain degree of humility when you're.
And notice we're talking so much about this one because the other 2 were perfectly fine on their own.
Well, we also, I think we sort of just went wow on the Superman comic.
Right?
Yeah, the Superman comic was just good. I feel like there wasn't much we could really add to it, but in this case, we've got an absolutely wonderful train wreck, and we're just going through and picking up all of the weird junk from.
By the way, see a random dude draws. Take care, and wow, 334 where you are.
Wow. Yeah, we've been on this for a while. It's nearly.
I forgot this was Batman. I forgot this was Batman Day.
Yeah, so let's say something good about the Superman comic, and then I do need to go.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so telling a good Superman story is deceptively hard.
Oh yeah.
They got all the markers. It was bright, it was up, it was hopeful. Superman was a symbol, not a bully, but it was simple in the way that those, especially the first film, but the first 2, it was simple in the way they were before they just went off a cliff into a hot steaming pile of shit garbage, right? With the Superman 3 and 4.
Now, you do also know that turns out they would never been able to make Brainiac in the first place. You know why? They didn't have the rights. They didn't have the rights.
Oh, they didn't have the rights too. Yeah.
All they had the rights were
I was about to make a joke here, but I realized you guys wouldn't get it.
Try us anyway.
Try it anyway.
You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right.
Song cue. I'm always good for singing.
That was the thing, but yeah, they didn't have the rights to it. They had the rights to Superman, Lex, Mom, Pa, Jor-El, and the Krypton, those on Krypton, at least Jor-El and Laura, and the Daily Planet staff. Now, if you look at it, even Zod and Ursa and Nan were all created for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, the original Superman film, the first Chris Reeve Superman film, is still one of my favorite superhero movies
Oh
of
yeah.
all
Oh,
time.
I would say that. And now here's a question for you: Donner cut or Lester cut?
No, I don't care terribly much. I
I
mean,
say the Donner cut, except for one line, and that was the fact because it was in the Lester cut, he didn't use it. What we got, what the original line was, General, would you care to step outside? And
yeah.
what did they go with instead? General, have you ever heard of freedom of the press? Nowhere near as good.
No, because it wasn't as simple,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
And
at the same time, though, he couldn't use it because he made it clear, unless you have no choice, nothing from the Lester cut.
But
in other words, Lester chose the best cut and take for that one.
yeah, I don't know. There was something so magical about that movie, and for me to go wow on the comic, that is an accomplishment. Like that, that's why I'm like, do we want to end with Batman that everybody's on? I guess yeah, because people had to go. But I think we might have enjoyed the '89 Batman comic better had we not done the Superman one.
That's why I did it. That's why I did
Yeah,
it.
that made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah,
besides, also, I was going in chronological order. So we had 66,
Right.
78, and then 89.
Yeah, it's just that 78 Superman book was just so good that anything that followed it, if it's not as good, reverse chronological order next time. And rehearsals before we do the table read.
I know, but hey, it was still fun, though.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. People seem to enjoy it.
You did a great job as Aunt Harriet.
My cameo. Yeah. Woohoo! I was very happy to be, for one of the few times in my life, something designed to make something less gay. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of Aunt Harriet.
That was the whole point of Aunt Harriet. Yeah. I'm usually the person who comes in and just gays the whole thing up. And I still had to make a joke about making two men gargle fluids.
But I knew as soon as I saw it was Aunt Harriet, I'm like, I have to have Liana do it. I have to have Liana.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. So keep throwing challenges at me. I gotta go, man.
Okay, well, I gotta go too.
I should probably go and freshen up. It's getting late.
Love
Hey,
you all.
everyone, thank you so much. Here's for the next one. And it looks like in the poll, people want us to do Just Imagine Stan Lee. I'm still going to decide. That poll's going to help, but I'm still going to make a decision when I get closer. If it ends up we end up getting there before December, I'm doing Superman Batman Generation. If we come up by December, I will do Just Imagine. So yeah,
right.
thank you both for sticking around the longest, and we'll see you all in the next one.